Sam, he's got a nerve body shaming me before the show even begins. Here we go.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll get into it. We'll get this now. You fat idiot. No, it's okay. It's not that kind of programme, isn't it? Good afternoon, everyone. Max Rushden and Andy Jacobs with you until 4. We'll start with the sports headlines from Amelia Beltrao.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, supporting van owners to get the job done. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Thank you, Max, and a very good afternoon. Manchester City will be desperate for revenge after being handed Real Madrid in the Champions League last 16. They were knocked out of the competition by the Spanish side last year. Meanwhile, Chelsea will be hoping to repeat the outcome of the Club World Cup final. They've got PSG. Spurs and Arsenal could face each other in the semi-finals. Tottenham have to get past Atletico Madrid, while the Gunners play Bayer Leverkusen. Gabby Abonglahor reckons Arsenal have got a pretty easy run.
If you beat them, you get Sporting or Bodo Glimt. Then, if you beat them, you get Barca or Newcastle or Spurs, Atletico. No offence, but any of those 4 teams, I think Arsenal beat over 2 legs. So you'd put money on Arsenal definitely getting to the final.
Liverpool have Galatasaray and Newcastle have Barcelona. Elsewhere today, is Gareth Southgate gearing up for a new job? The former England boss reckons he'd have been a better appointment than a few recent Big Six managers. But Alex Crook questions whether he'd even want to join the Premier League.
I think patience among football fans and among the people who make the big decisions at football clubs, owners, chairmen, chief executives, is probably at an all-time low. And I think Gareth Southgate just doesn't want the aggravation.
Now, could we soon see the end of long throws? Football lawmakers are meeting tomorrow to discuss the idea of a new 5-second time limit for goal kicks and throw-ins. They're also expected to increase the scope of VAR to include decisions on second yellow cards. And Liverpool are the Premier League's top spenders on wages. They paid out £428 million in the 2024-25 season, but also returned to making a profit after winning the title. And ahead of West Ham's trip to Anfield tomorrow, Jeremy Frimpong is back available for Liverpool. There's more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Reform UK are suggesting they lost yesterday's by-election because of cheating. And Greg Wallace has sacked off his £10,000 claim against the BBC. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit, where we've got more premium tyres than the number of times you'll hear, "Ooh, it's a bit nippy this winter." Book today at quickfit.com.
Cloudy and wet, especially rainy across central and southern parts, where it will turn heavier later. Scotland and Northern Ireland see sunny spells and scattered showers. Staying mild, though.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it! Oh! Oh!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Also possible we thought might have just lost, but, you know, it's not that kind of show. Hello, you're listening to Max Rush and Andy Jacobs on talkSPORT, and he's buzzing for the weekend. But before he pulls an all-nighter at Fez in Chiswick on the WKDs, here he is to tell us what's coming up between now and 4.
Hello, Andy Jacobs fans. That is a reference, isn't it, for the fact that people keep writing to you and saying they only like me.
No, it's just because I imagine you like to say hi to your fans.
I'd never say that. Today, Andy Brassel will join us to look at the Champions League draw, and football finance expert Kieran Maguire will tell us about Chelsea's record-breaking losses. Apparently, it's all right. Premflix and the Ruben Amorim payout.
Stuart Pierce is co-coms on Wolves Villa tonight. He'll talk about that. I'll ask about the last gig he went to, of course. We'll look ahead to a huge weekend in the title race in Scotland, and Stan Collymore and love to Nigel Ladley join us for the Fools panel.
And a classic 3 to 4 hour, we're here from the managers' press conferences. We'll speak to Todd Macklin about everything in America, and there's clips of the week special.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Andy.
Yes, good afternoon, Paul. And
Paul, close enough. He's a good broadcaster. We're both two fine broadcasters.
Now, you know why I said that? Because I had the word P in my mind, because I was looking at the screen. Pedro Pinto.
Pedro Pinto, yeah.
Does the UEFA draw. Mm-hmm. He used to be a correspondent on this show.
Did he?
Oh, a lot of people started on this show.
Did Gianni? Did Gianni on this? Let's cross to Gianni. Who's good at peace this week, Gianni? Why not? Yeah. There's so many people yesterday going 10 years of Infantino. He's been so marvellous. Oh, completely unchallenged. It's
the best one was Tom Brady when he said he was a man of the people.
I couldn't bear it.
I couldn't think of anybody who's less a man of the people. Man of his own people himself.
Exactly. Excuse me, are you a dictator? Yes. Can I sit next to you, please? I know.
What a joke.
I've got some exciting news, Andy.
Yes.
Celebrity news.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know that celebrities are more important than just normal people.
They are.
Yesterday I was having dinner with my old housemates from university, the 181 Iffley Road boys, and they got a tough
Oxford.
mob. We're a tough mob there. I don't
Roger Bannister and all that.
Yeah, Roger Bannister, you know. Anyway.
Bring it back to sport.
Thanks so much. So I was walking in and I was a bit late. I was on FaceTime with my wife, trying to pretend I wasn't out, because obviously she's just there with kids that aren't sleeping at this exact time, asking me how freedom is. Anyway, I walk through the doors and I can see my friend, now Professor Harry Lowe.
Oh, right.
Back then, just Harry. Anyway, he's sitting at the bar, so I go straight up.
He's done better than you then.
yeah. Well, they all have. They all have. Yeah. They're all looking at me going, when are you going to get a job, mate? Anyway, I walk straight up to him, and he looks at me, and just as he looks at me, it's Vernon Kay.
Is it?
It's not Professor Harry. They look quite similar from the back.
Really?
Yeah. And anyway.
Does he know you, Vernon?
Well, he does.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
And so he said hello. He's a big fan of talkSPORT.
Is he?
So there we are. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
hello.
He
Good
said, I'm a
afternoon,
fan.
Vernon.
Good afternoon, Vernon Kay.
I do listen to his show, actually, 10 from the top and all that.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. You're not listening to talkSPORT? That
well, it's because if I'm driving with Sue in the car.
Of course.
She's more a Radio 2 woman.
You fenced that away anyway.
Well, it's true.
Hello, Vernon. Yeah.
I had a very nice time in Plymouth.
Good.
People
Have you ever had a nice time in Plymouth?
People in Plymouth are incredibly friendly. It's much more friendly than London. I know that's not a massive shock.
No.
Honestly, I couldn't get over it. If you haven't been out of town for a while and you do that, you know, and then people are so nice. And you think,
well, I had a year out. I mean, I love London, right? And it's so excited to be back for a bit. And I love the energy. But I did say to you, you know, we were in Australia for 10 months where nothing happens in Australia, so everyone's happy and the weather's nice. And we got here and we're just pushing a pram round Old Street roundabout. We bumped into someone and they just went, oh, F off, mate. And you're like, okay, welcome to London. Welcome to London. That's what it should say on the testimonial, shouldn't it?
it was very odd though. Having we had dinner in the hotel, this restaurant, and there was people at the next table. There was a sort of group of people, and one bloke was just talking like constantly. He was talking, and their food arrived, and he was talking,
And a bit too loudly?
Well, quite loudly. I could hear what he was up to, and sometimes he has to go to Glasgow and get there at 2:00 in the morning.
Interesting stuff.
It's all very interesting stuff. And then we left the room, and he just basically hadn't touched his food. He was so busy speaking that his food was just on his plate. I've never seen that before. I thought it was absolutely incredible. There was a woman taking selfies of herself.
Well, that is what you do.
While drinking a bottle of wine.
That is the definition.
That's a bit of a grim night. And,
what, alone? Just alone?
Then a sort of muscly bloke walked in with a bit.
Was it Hunter the Gladiator?
Could have been.
Okay.
And
just bring it back to sport.
Very much.
Was it Adama Traore?
It was.
Okay. He's always dining in Plymouth, isn't he?
He was, and he had a phone, and he was speaking to somebody on the phone and eating at the same time.
Oh right, okay.
He's dining alone, but on the phone, and basically what he'd do is he'd natter.
Yeah.
Pick up a piece of calamari. Other bloke speaks.
Right. Okay.
Eats the calamari.
Got it.
You know, like that. I thought,
okay. AirPods would be better for that, wouldn't it?
I think they might be. Really.
Adama should have thought about that, shouldn't he? How many calamari do you think Traore eats to get those arms?
And I've worked out a way of playing lookalike cricket with my wife, whose aphasia disability means that she can't associate names and faces.
No.
So if I say to her, for example, look at that. That's old Tom Davis over there. Nice to see him dining in the restaurant.
Right.
Look like Tom Davis.
Right, I'm with you.
She doesn't get it. But if I Google image Tom Davis and show it to her, then she laughs like a drain.
Oh, that's good.
It's good, isn't it? So I've worked out how to do it.
It's my dad's 87th birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday,
and he was saying that when you get to that age, you get nominative dysphasia, which is similar, right?
Oh, yeah.
You just can't remember names. So he's come up with a quiz show where on a Tuesday, all these octogenarians get art. There's a shiny floor, and on a Tuesday they do like a picture round, and then they all come back on the Wednesday and they give their answers. It's quite a good idea. It's a good idea for a quiz.
That's a very good answer, really.
Matt says, nice time in Plymouth. Definitely sounds like a euphemism. And Kev says, Pedro Pinto picked a peck of pickled peppers. So.
Exactly. Very
so
good. Excellent. So that's good. What else have we got? Well, talking of restaurants, a restaurant in London's advertised for a butter sommelier.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's so pretentious, isn't it? It's butter.
Well, hang on a second. Let's deconstruct this a
Really?
little bit. I don't know about you, but I have slightly high cholesterol, which is, it's one of those. It's one of those things where you go, oh man, alive, I'm now not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
So I have to have cholesterol butter instead of the Lurpak that's in the fridge, and that is rank, I've got to say. But as long as you put enough peanut butter on it, it's fine. But that probably takes away from the,
Well, I don't know if this bloke will be doing this. He's the role will be to curate our butter assortment,
right,
and assist in training staff using our silver butter trolley.
Oh, I like a silver butter trolley. I won't dine anywhere if it's not a silver butter trolley.
The individual will be required to possess a deep love for and understanding
Butter.
And don't say, I can't believe it's not butter. You're fired. That's a 345 offence.
No, surely that's the interview. Surely the interview is a quiz show called I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, where they put 5 things, 4 are butter and 1 is not butter. The 5th one is a grapefruit, and that is like round 1, and then they sort of the 5th one is more and more like butter, margarine, cheese, margarine,
cholesterol.
Exactly. Oh, well, that's good fun, isn't
In addition to the butter sommelier, this might be good for talkSPORT listeners.
Okay.
The club is looking for a sport czar.
Czar.
Who will ensure the 9 screens in the club's billiard rooms are tuned to appropriate sporting events. Might be something
Do you know
posh,
what? You could you could earn a lot of money.
Butter Olympics.
The Butter Olympics. Okay, I'm in for that. No, I was thinking there's nothing worse when you're watching football in a pub and then at a crucial point in the game, it says standby mode, like across the screen, and the whole pub goes. So you could earn a lot of money if you were sort of like a vigilante stop standby mode. Just check the channel each time. I think that could be worth a lot of money.
And what are the sign comes up saying a spot of anchor available in the restaurant at the back.
What are the events in the Butter Olympics?
No idea.
What are they? I'm really struggling. I'm stuck on
It'd be more like better for the Winter Olympics, the Butter Olympics, because you could have luge on the butter slope, couldn't you? And
that's true. Yeah, Crystal Palace are going to play AEK Larnaca.
Oh, all right.
AEK
Colours are calling me.
Lurpacker. In the last 16 of the Conference League.
It's grim, the Conference League draw, isn't it? They've all gone, all the posh people, and it's just the...
Is it like that at the end? Do you know, that reminds me of... that reminds me of I was doing the World Cup draw for the result for 2018 and 2022. So I can't remember when was it drawn? When did we find out it was Russia and Qatar? Maybe 4 years before?
2014.
Right, so it was me and I think it was Charlotte Jackson, Mrs. Chris Coleman, and obviously hosting her own right. And we were hosting this thing, and Peter Crouch was there and David Ginola, and it was like we all knew England were going to get the World Cup in 2018, and then we got a whisper it was Russia. We're like, okay. It was like minus 10 degrees on the South Bank. We were doing this event, and then it was drawn out of Russia, and then the director went, could you just fill for 20 minutes before the draw for 2022? I was like, I'm not going to keep this audience. I'm not that good. There's one person left and we announced Qatar. Anyway, you are listening to Rushden and Jacobs on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation. Next up, Toolstation. We will look at the Champions League draw with Andy Brassel in just a second.
Simon, it's reported Frank Warren of Queensberry is engaged in a legal battle with the company's seller and TKO, headed up by Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. They are fronting Zuffa Boxing. What's all this about? Mr. Warren's company, Queensberry, is claiming that Seller and TKO breached contracts they'd signed with them and went behind his back to form a venture, Zuffa, that aims to dominate boxing. The Telegraph understands this morning that Queensberry will seek up to $1 billion compensation for income the company claims it would have made had the contracts been honoured. Frank suing Turki and Al Sheikh and Dana White. Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. It seems it's all getting a bit nasty, isn't it? And those who were once friends are very much no longer friends.
Well, I mean, they fling writs around like confetti in this space at times, don't they? But I mean, it's kind of in this territory of where I suggested it might be at some point, which is that the Saudis will have their own lifespan, their own attitude towards the boxing industry, and eventually not have the necessity to deal with the Eddie Hearns and Frank Warrens of the world if their ultimate aim is to conquer demand and diminish the sport that they're in by being the sole.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. Been taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Manchester City is going to join Real Madrid on the silver side for what has become now a European Classico.
Looking for Mbappe, lobs it over the keeper. Oh, what a start! Haaland! 1-0 Manchester City.
Arsenal playing against Leverkusen.
Martinelli is clear. Can he round it off? He does!
Paris Saint-Germain versus Chelsea.
João Pedro makes it 3-0. Chelsea are the world champions, and they have absolutely hammered Paris Saint-Germain.
Newcastle for Barcelona.
Murphy right across the face of the 6-yard box, and Anthony Gordon couldn't miss.
Liverpool will have to face the opposition of Galatasaray.
It's Osimhen against Alisson, right down the middle, and Galatasaray beat Liverpool.
Tottenham Hotspur against Atletico Madrid.
Equalises for Tottenham.
I mean, should they play the games or just give Spurs the trophy now? That's the question that everyone is asking.
I think, Andy Brassel had a good view on this, but I think the English clubs have got a good chance here, even Chelsea.
Let's bring Andy in. Hey, Andy.
Hey, how are you guys?
Yeah, nice to chat. What do you make of this draw? There are some... I mean, when the last 16 is drawn, there's always some good games, right? But there are some really exciting ones, aren't there?
Yeah, there really are. And following on to you and Andy's conversation there, I think Tottenham have got to be really pleased with that draw right up until the point where they play Arsenal in the semi. I mean, that's the elephant in the room, I suppose, isn't it? From the Spurs perspective. And Spurs did have quite a clement fixture list in the league stage as well, which has helped them get into the top 8, taking nothing away from them taking care of business, of course. But I think the overwhelming feeling I have, as you say, Max, some really exciting fixtures, but on top of that, and the fact that you feel you're getting some of these fixtures maybe a little bit too early as well, I think it feels a really, really open competition. I don't think there's any team who you can say, right, they're definitely the massive favourites to win it, or even 2 or 3, really.
Yeah.
I know it's unlike Arsenal fans to be really cocky, but in the office they were like celebrating like they'd won it. It's pathetic, isn't it?
Their route, just to be clear, their route is Leverkusen, and then it's Sporting or Bodo, and then you presume Barcelona out of Newcastle, Barcelona, and Spurs.
I'm not sure about that.
You think Newcastle might be Barcelona? But anyway, look, it's not
so.
it's not an unfriendly draw for Arsenal, is it?
Chelsea have played PSG and Barca in the last 6 months and thrashed both of them. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to happen, but Newcastle got a really good chance.
Andy, well, Arsenal will. It's favourable for us. It's a nice draw for Arsenal, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Leverkusen are in this sort of weird pattern ever since the Ten Hag disaster at the start of the season, where they had this massive exodus of players. So they've played with a new coach since the second game of the season. He's had no time to work with the players and a completely new set of players. So for them, it's about salvaging Champions League qualification in the league, which is a big thing for them. They're in the semi-finals of the German Cup as well. To me, last 16 in the Champions League feels about par for them, and that's what it will turn out being, because Arsenal are going to beat them, I think, in both legs. Sporting, I think, are an interesting shark in that half of the draw. They've recovered really well from losing Gyökeres, and they've been excellent, both at home and abroad. But I think the really interesting one is Paris-Chelsea. I find that really fascinating, because I was at PSG this week, and they're just lacking that little bit of energy, as you would if you'd have had their fixture list over the past 18 months, I think.
Both teams
they just lack that extra gear to go to. Yeah, but I think if we look at it on paper, like, PSG have the better players, and I don't think there's any doubt about that. But it's just, can they find that extra level when they get to the last 16 in the quarterfinals? Because against a team they are much better than in Monaco, there were moments over the two ties. They were 2-0 down in the first leg in double quick time, and even though they were coasting in the second leg, they nearly chucked it away in the last 5 minutes.
That midfield.
Second leg is at the bridge if it doesn't get moved for police reasons. That's a big thing. Those European nights. I honestly do fancy Chelsea. As long as they don't get blown away in the first leg of the tie, I think they've got a chance.
Andy, I think your point about Newcastle-Barcelona is really interesting as well, because for me, I saw Newcastle play Barcelona early on when they were still coming to terms with losing Isak, and Barcelona got it going in the second half and won 2-1, but quite comfortably in the end. But Newcastle had loads of chances in the first half, and whoever plays Barcelona, you will get chances because of that high line they play. And the question is how you take them. Now, funnily enough, Anthony Gordon has been one of the total surprises of the Champions League, because I go and watch Newcastle a lot. At the start of the season, when they were putting him in the centre-forward role, he looked like he was never going to score a goal.
That's true.
And then you've got to this point where he's just absolutely red hot in the Champions League. And I think playing with that sort of front three will get them over not having Isak, because with Isak in the team, a fully fit Isak, if he was still there, I think they would be really well set to cash in on Barcelona and that high line. Maybe not so much this season, unless, and Eddie Howe's done it a few times in Europe, go for that slightly more mobile front part of the team, and it can work quite well.
I was going to say, what about City and Real Madrid?
Yes, we haven't touched that yet.
Yeah, it's a big game, and you would imagine whoever wins that would fancy themselves to get to the final.
Well, I think you can say that in terms of what they are on paper. For me, Real Madrid are miles off winning the Champions League, absolutely miles off. And obviously, no one's really talked about the football against Benfica, because one extremely unpleasant incident overshadowed both the games. But Real Madrid were very good in the first game, I thought, in Lisbon, and not so much in the second leg. And it follows sort of classic Real Madrid patterns in the Champions League, I suppose you could say, in terms of them doing the work on the road and then nearly throwing it away at the Bernabeu, which is quite an interesting pattern. But I don't know. I just don't really feel that they're a great Real Madrid side, or even a Real Madrid side who can dig in and hang on for dear life. They're not good enough defensively. I think that's a massive problem for them. If City can get it going in the front part of the pitch, City will win this tie. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And because of what City have got, I have doubts whether they're good enough defensively as well, a little bit like Real Madrid, to go ahead and win the competition. But the front part of the team, I mean, if you're City, you wouldn't swap that for anyone else in Europe, really, would you?
I mean, and the winners of that will probably play Bayern, right, in the semi-final. If Bayern
which is huge,
which is massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. If I was going to pick a favourite out of the teams as they stand today, it would be Bayern. I think player for player, collectively, they're the best team in it. They're very well coached as well. I'm taking into account where PSG are at the moment and where Barcelona are at the moment as well, because I think going back to last year, everyone would have loved to see that. Every neutral would have loved to see that as a final. Of course, not going to happen. And I just wonder if PSG can find that extra level. That's the only real question for me. But otherwise, I think Bayern are nicely set.
Sure, I think Arsenal fans will say, didn't Arsenal beat Bayern earlier in this one?
I honestly
think they did.
I think Arsenal can win this.
Yeah, I think they can. But, I suppose it's that having never done it before will be a question. We haven't mentioned Liverpool. Galatasaray is a pretty favourable draw there. I mean, they're chaos, right? It will be fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're great to watch, Galatasaray, and they've matured a lot in the Champions League. They did really, really well to get through in the first place. Although it's funny, you expect them to do kind of better in the big games. They've found their niche in the big games. They've beaten Liverpool in Istanbul already. Of course, they've beaten Juventus there, and on their day, they're fantastic. Again, they've got incredible attacking weapons. Defensively, there's a bit of a question mark, even though they've learned to manage games better. But again, like Andy says with Chelsea, I think second leg at Anfield is absolutely huge. And as well, I think we've seen the fact that these teams have had a couple of midweeks off, which I think really, really helps. So it's not just the home advantage. It's the fact that you're going to have a little bit more in the tank. You're going to have time on the training pitch. All of that stuff is really valuable.
Yeah. Europa draw very, very quickly. Villa have got Lille and Forest have got Michelin.
Yeah, and I think if you're... The real winners from this draw are Lyon, I think, because they're one of the other favourites for the competition. They won the league stage. They've got Endrick now as well, having come out of the league stage. And the fact that Forest and Villa are in one half of the draw, I mean, if you're Lyon, you're delighted with that, I think, because one of the big teams is going to knock one of the other ones off, and the fact that you've got Stuttgart and Porto in that half of the draw is quite helpful as well. Look, I know Forest came a cropper against Midtjylland, and I was at Forest last night, and they were poor, really. They're thinking about the Brighton game. They rotated heavily. They didn't really know whether to stick or twist. The rotation players are a bit out of nick, but I still think they're a danger in this competition. And Lille have started to find a little bit of form again recently. I think it's a more difficult tie for Villa than it is for Forest.
Good stuff, Andy. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
European Port expert Andy Brassel, part of the Trans-Europe Express, of course, with Danny Kelly on a Sunday night. David says, the start of today's programme is in my top 10 most random non-sporting starts. How dare you? The Butter Olympics is heavily sporting. I have a WhatsApp group that rates each 1 o'clock start of the show, and there is potential for this to secure a Champions League place on the group chat. Love it, says Denchi. Thank you, Denchi.
I normally do quite a bit on last night's game, but there wasn't much to say. I did watch the second half of Palace, and
so I was out with Vernon Kay, so I couldn't be bothered.
Chris Richards' bandage caused him to miss the header, which I read as Cliff Richards' bandage.
I think, things have gone wrong at Palace, and Glasner desperately trying to get the sack now by playing Cliff Richard at centre-half. And that is a real sign that he wants out, isn't it?
Brennan Johnson looked good when he came on there, very sharp. Brennan Johnson, that's good news for Wales.
Yeah, it is. He hasn't started brilliantly for Palace. Poor him, going from bin fire to bin fire. Anyway, Kieran Maguire will join us in just a second. Amram got 16 million. Chelsea post-record losses. There's Premflix as well.
355 million.
It's all right for
Nothing.
you. It's all right for you because you get the mega bucks here, Andy. The rail replacement bus services of this station, we do this for pittance. This is brought to you in partnership with Toolstation, this nonsense. Stay one step ahead, whatever the job. Next stop, Toolstation.
chatting in the office earlier. We're discussing Arsenal, how they've embraced the dark arts under Arteta, time wasting, being annoying to play against. Bit of housery. We wanted to know whether you're a fan of the way Arsenal go about their business. Here's Cundy's take on Arsenal's housery and dark arts from last season.
And also, who are Arsenal? And what have they done in the last 20 years? Seriously? How can they be taking that battle there? Quieten yourselves down. You're a good side, really good team, and showed that the weekend. You're probably going to be second again.
Yeah.
When you win something, then you can shout from the houses. Then you can start doing all this housery. Then it's built on nothing other than, it comes from Arteta. He loves to promote, and it's fine. Arsenal fans would love it, and I totally get it. I watched Chelsea under Jose, right? Jose won things. Jose won Premier League. Back-to-back Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
He was there. You earn the right.
Yeah.
You earn the right. And right now, Arsenal haven't earned the right to be doing that sort of housery.
What's your take on that, Jace? Because I know you've got a different opinion now.
Well, Arsenal are earning the right. Anyone that's ever listened to me over the years, I've got no problem with players housery, diving, conning the ref, going down injured, all of that, right? I've got no problem with that. And Arsenal now are earning, in my opinion, earning the right to do this.
Man City have drawn Real Madrid in the Champions League last 16. Chelsea play holders PSG. Spurs and Arsenal could face each other in the semi-finals. The Gunners play Bayer Leverkusen while Spurs have to get past Atletico Madrid. Liverpool have Galatasaray and Newcastle take on Barcelona. Eddie Howe's side lost 2-1 at the Nou Camp in September, but Gabby Agbonlahor reckons they've got a real chance against last year's semi-finalists.
Do you know what Newcastle need to do? What they've been doing recently with Gordon, with Barnes, with Alanga, with Willock, with Ramsey. Quick players, runners in behind, because there's one team that you want to have quick players against is Barcelona, and they will get so many chances.
In the Europa League, Aston Villa take on Lille, while Nottingham Forest face Midtjylland in the last 16. Now, is Gareth Southgate gearing up for a new job? The former England boss says he'd have been a better appointment than a few recent Big Six managers.
Do I think I could have done the job that some people who've been in those clubs recently have done? But could I do better? I think I could.
talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook says forget Manchester United. Southgate's better suited to Crystal Palace.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
Liverpool are the Premier League's top spenders on wage. They paid out £428 million last season, but also returned to making a profit after winning the title. Ahead of West Ham's trip to Anfield tomorrow, Jeremy Frimpong is back available for Liverpool, but Arne Slot does not know when Florian Wirtz will be fit again. More on the website at talksport.com.
Win a trip to Cheltenham, Alan Brazil style, on talkSPORT.
Yeah, you can win it Alan Brazil style or Andy Jacobs style if you want. You have until 4 o'clock today. So right now, basically, the ultimate hospitality experience for two, Friday the 13th of March, a couple of weeks' time. Full VIP treatment, a 4-course lunch, a foot massage from Andy Jacobs, and a complimentary bar all day. The best way to experience the races. You'll even get to meet some of the talkSPORT team on site. Here's how to enter.
For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed today at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a talkSPORT promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 right now.
Did you see the winning time from the Butter Olympics last night? Fine margarines. John Norman will be watching England, is watching England versus New Zealand in the T20. Does this game matter to England, John?
Well, yeah.
Okay, it does.
It does. Yes. It does because if you listen to Harry Brook, he says it. He says it how it is, and he said upon losing the toss, it will be great to knock New Zealand out, which isn't what you normally hear from a captain at the teams in the toss. But that's what we got to love about the guy. One without loss, New Zealand. Jofra Archer has just bowled. Brilliant over, which saw Tim Seifert given out caught behind to one of 6 deliveries that it turned out he couldn't lay bat on ball to. The lavish movement, there's a bit of swing, pace, bounce, and Tim Seifert, one of the most explosive cricketers in the game, essentially saw out 6 dot balls. Finn Allen has got New Zealand up and underway with a single, but with Liam Dawson bowled in the second over. England bowling first. They'd like to have batted, actually. I've got New Zealand 2 without loss. A win for England will make absolutely no difference whatsoever, apart from mean they finish top rather than second in the group. New Zealand need to win to guarantee their place in the semi-finals. If they lose, then it will come down to the Sri Lanka-Pakistan game, which gets underway later today.
John, thanks very much. Right, lots of money in football in the news today. There's always money in football, isn't there? Kieran Maguire is the man to talk to on all such subjects. Welcome, Kieran.
Thanks, guys.
I don't know where we want to start. I wonder if the Premflix thing is quite interesting in Singapore. So the Premier League is starting a broadcasting service where basically they don't have a broadcaster, they do it themselves. I suppose for me, I'm just wondering where to send the show reel to, Kieran. But it doesn't really mean anything for fans, does it? It's just a different app to watch the games?
I think it's the Premier League dipping its toe in the water as far as its ability to take total control. At present, I think they're fully aware that they are having to go via a wholesaler through their broadcast partners. The Premier League would potentially have, under this system, the ability to deliver Premier League only content 24/7, and also to appeal directly to fans and to come up with a pricing mechanism which is perhaps, it could be more palatable for fans, and that could have a positive impact if it reduces the amount of piracy.
Right, that's interesting.
And a lot of people have suggested that these American owners that have come into, we'll get on to Chelsea in a minute, this is one of the things that they could see in the future that would, be quite lucrative.
It certainly could, and I think what we've seen with both the attempts to sort of have a domestic coup of the game in Project Big Picture and Super League itself, which was sort of a European coup, under both of those schemes, the clubs would have been allowed to sell their own rights direct to fans. So that would have been, you'd have a Real Madrid channel and a Barcelona channel and a Manchester United channel and a Liverpool channel and so on. And these clubs with huge fan bases would very much like that. So I think the Premier League is sort of trying to jump in between that opportunity to say, look, if we do it on a Premier League basis as a whole, that means that we will still have fairly decent distribution of money within the Premier League. And that means that we've still got the competitive balance, which I think is so important to the product.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key, right? Because if Man United get all the Man United money and Brentford get all the Brentford money, then the disparity just gets bigger and bigger, doesn't it? And just for viewers, I mean, the Premier League make, they have the production anyway. Like if I'm in Australia, I get served Premier League PLP, which is basically the in-house production, isn't it?
It is, and it's by all accounts, it's of very high quality.
Yeah,
so I think they're trying to learn on the job, sort of The downside, I think, from the Premier League's point of view, is that if you see what's happened in France and the French normal TV deal collapsed and the French Football Association took over, and that's resulted in the total monies going through to clubs halving. So the good thing about the relationships that the Premier League have with the likes of with Sky and Discovery Plus is that they've got a degree of certainty. And if you're trying to sign a player for 50 or 60 million pounds and you're paying them 200 grand a week on a 5-year contract, if you know exactly how much money you're getting from the TV deal for the next 5 years, that's going to help you budget. So there's pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah, now the headlines yesterday were all about Chelsea and record loss. I mean, the club sort of saying, oh, no, it's all fine. But as a fan, you're thinking, is it? So is it fine or is it not fine? It doesn't sound fine.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Chelsea and their finances, that it's as much Harry Potter as it is Graham Potter in terms of the club has been very successful at identifying weaknesses within the Premier League rulebook and taking advantage of those. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If the Premier League doesn't write us a set of rules which are particularly strong, then there's nothing wrong with the club taking advantage. So under UEFA rules, some of the big real estate sales that Chelsea have had in recent years to other parts of the Todd Boehly group, they are excluded from the calculation. So it could be that the losses for UEFA purposes will be far greater than those that will be submitted to the Premier League. So I think Chelsea will be fine. They've managed to comply with the first year of the UEFA sanctions that were imposed at the start of the 25-26 season. And they are spectacularly successful at selling players for very good fees, which has meant that they've been able to keep within the parameters of the rules. They've generated more money from player sales over the last 10 years than they have from ticket sales.
Yeah, I mean, their problem is, competing with clubs like Spurs, United, clubs with big stadiums, Arsenal, and their match day revenue is much less, isn't it, than other clubs?
It is, and that's a function, first of all, of the size of the stadium. Secondly, of the age of the stadium. It wasn't originally designed for the prawn sandwich brigade, and to a certain extent things have had to be crowbarred in. And thirdly, the stadium in its present form means that it's not attractive to people who want to host other events. That could be a big boxing match, it could be NFL, summer concerts and so on. So that does mean that Chelsea are losing out there. You combine that with their lack of a shirt sponsorship deal, and it does mean that they're a long way behind the other clubs.
Just not the capacity for the Andy Jacobs fan club yearly reunion.
Nobody can understand this shirt thing. I mean, they've got a shirt sponsor now. I can't work out if it's to the end of the season or permanently, but it is odd that they've spurned this and they were looking for the right sponsor, but they were losing like 20, 30,
you could have got your face
40
on it.
million a year. It makes no sense. Why do you think they did this, Kieran? We couldn't understand it.
Well, from my understanding, they have been looking for a multi-year deal, and the prices being quoted were in the region of 60 to 70 million pounds. Now, for an elite club, that's not excessive, but it certainly is at the top end. There's an argument for saying that Chelsea, yes, they have got a global appeal, but it's not to the same extent as that of Manchester United and Liverpool. And perhaps that's where Chelsea have been a little bit greedy, and they could have signed a 3 or 4 year deal for 40 million a year, but they've stuck out for the 60, and they've had this problem now for 3 years.
Very quickly, Ruben Amorim and his team got 16 million odd. I love payoffs. I've been doing a bang average job. I'm waiting for someone to come in and say it's 2 million to go away.
It's one of the worst things about football, I think. I always compare it to Alex Ferguson, 20 odd years at United, walks away with nothing. Amorim walks away with 15.
I think he got paid.
No, but he didn't. He got paid for doing the job like Amorim, but he didn't get a big payoff the day he left, did he? Yes, he's a club ambassador, and yes, he got a stipend and all that, but not like like a failure like Amorim. There's a flaw in the system, I think.
Well, it's a function of the contract. Amorim signed a 3.5 year contract. Manchester United decided to dismiss him. There was no There was no evidence of gross misconduct, which was the only reason why you can normally dismiss a person. So therefore, they were contractually obliged to do so. If he'd been a success and Real Madrid had come in for him, for example, Manchester United would have been able to charge a fee to Real Madrid in exactly the same way that Sporting charged a fee for Amorim's services in the first place.
Always good to chat, Kieran. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, guys.
Kieran Maguire there from the Price of Football podcast. Is it gross misconduct to play Bruno Fernandes out of position for that long? That's the question, isn't it? Do you like it's Graham Potter or Harry Potter? Do you like the Graham Potter series? Graham Potter and the emotionally intelligent approach to coaching? It didn't sell millions, did it?
Not great.
Anyway, it is Max Rushden and Andy Jacobs with you until 4. Stuart Pierce is co-coms on Wolves Villa tonight live on talkSPORT, and he'll join us next.
And have you had any conversations or any kind of contact with Thomas Tuchel? Has he said that he's going to come and see you? Has there been any kind of link to him so that you know that you've got an opportunity of getting yourself in the squad?
No, there's been no conversation, but I don't expect it to be, because he's got so many other players that he has to be watching also, and I'm sure he'll probably be keeping one eye on me and see what I'm doing. But like I said, I just have to be focused on myself, keep my head down, and keep scoring goals, and I'm sure it will come into his way, and my goal scoring, and it'll give myself an opportunity,
I think his only hope is 2 or 3 injuries just before the World Cup. Centre forward injuries, then he might have a chance.
Yeah. But just like he says there, the manager's not contacted him. I know for a fact Thomas Tuchel does. He's big on contacting the players, even FaceTiming them, and seeing how they're getting on. The ones that he maybe doesn't get to some of their games, so he's not been in contact.
Gabby, that we don't know about.
I just think maybe he was in the squad and he wasn't having him in training. Maybe he didn't look as fit as other players. Probably he didn't look as fit as the other players, and maybe in Thomas Tuchel's mind as well. Like we says, you're playing in the Saudi league. You've gone for the money. You should have stayed in the Premier League and signed for a club in the Premier League and playing top flight football. I can't really take you serious when you're over there, and you can't blame the manager, can you, Katie?
If he stayed at Brentford, do you think this would have been a different conversation?
100%. He'd be in that England squad for sure. The way Brentford have played over the years, and he was a top striker, wasn't he? He had everything. He could score from outside the box, great in the air, strong, hold it up.
Yeah.
But when you leave for Saudi Arabia to go and get the crazy money, no one's saying there's a problem with that.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Kev's been in touch to say I'm starting a Just Giving page for Max's payoff now. Thanks, Kev. It's Max Rushden and Andy Jacobs. I'll say $2.5 million. You'll never hear from me again. Max Rushden and Andy Jacobs with you until 4. Let's speak to Stuart Pierce. He's co-coms of Wolves Villa tonight. Hey, Stuart.
Afternoon, gents. How are we?
Yeah, very nice. Good. Thanks, very nice to chat. Yeah. As always, Stuart. Do you reckon Wolves are showing spirit, aren't they? Which is quite interesting. It won't be totally straightforward, this, for Villa.
No, I don't think it will. I was at the Arsenal game, and what they're doing, where they are in the league at the moment with the new manager situation, they're trying to build for next year. Really, you know, I think they're 17 points adrift of safety, so that's beyond them. I think, but the key is small steps and try and build on next season, and the result against Arsenal will give them a massive lift.
A couple of late goals have actually kept Villa where they are. They could have been caught. You know, Chelsea slipped up, other teams slipped up, but they've still got a little bit of a lead over United, so they won't want to slip up here.
They won't, but listen, I think they're in a real strange position at the moment, Villa. They're, winter night, and all of a sudden they're looking above them and thinking, can we track one of the two above us down? Get beat, and all of a sudden the teams below them narrow the gap slightly, and they'll be thinking the worst case scenario for Villa is dropping out the top 4 now, having had the season so far that they've had.
Yeah. I mean, the race is really
top
exciting.
Top 5 will be enough.
Anyway. It will be top 5 probably, Stuart. But it is a fascinating race because you've got Liverpool and Chelsea on 45, Manchester United on 48, and Villa on 51. Of those, one will drop out, right? One will miss Champions League football. Who do you think it will be?
Well, really difficult to tell on that one.
It's a good question, Stuart.
It's going to be Chelsea or Liverpool, basically.
Inconsistencies, it's fair to say, So, I don't know whether you would say Villa have not got the squad, but got the points in the bag at this moment in time. Liverpool have been a little bit inconsistent. It's really difficult to tell. I could lie to you and bluff it out, but I literally not going to.
It's too good a question, Stuart. That's what it was.
It makes a nice change. Yeah. That's why I wasn't expecting it.
Thanks very much. Now, look, Gareth Southgate's been speaking to Henry Winter and former Villa CEO Christian Purslow on the Football Boardroom podcast. Here he is talking about whether there's a future in management.
How do you prove that you can win? You've got to go to one of those big clubs. Now, we know those big clubs. Do I think I could have done the job that some people who've been in those clubs recently have done? Could I do better? I think I could. But we've talked about the baggage that comes with me as an appointment if you're an owner. And there's a reality around, I can understand what that noise is. There's that bit that I think makes me potentially a complicated appointment for a club.
That's interesting.
The Southgate baggage. What's
baggage?
The Football Boardroom YouTube channel, if you want to watch that chat with Gareth Southgate in full. Do you know what's the Gareth Southgate baggage?
The fact that he didn't win with England ultimately.
The handbrake. Is it putting the handbrake on or whatever?
Yeah, well, there's stories in and around Gareth, aren't there? You've mentioned a couple there, but I think personally from the outside, and I'm biased because he's a friend of mine, but I think looking from the outside with England, he's probably one of the safest pair of hands you could have in charge of your football club. He's sensible. He gets a good team of coaches in and around him to supplement what he's good at as well. So I think it's crazy to even think that there is baggage to go with him with the job that he's done at the FA for those last 8 years. I really do. It's absolutely madness. But that's the nature of this bizarre industry that we're involved in, Yeah.
It's interesting with United because obviously they don't know whether they're going to give Carrick the job. I think they will, but say they don't. Steve Holland, his assistant, is already there. It's the most natural fit if he was to come back, I think.
Yeah, well, put it this way, Steve and Gareth have worked brilliantly together. They've gone sort of hand in glove in many ways. Steve, very good coach. Gareth, sort of that man management skills. They complement each other. But as I say, it's been an easy fix at United in many ways. They've got them working a little bit harder, got the wide players tracking back and doubling up a bit more. And all of a sudden the results have come. So you've got to give Michael Carrick a lot of credit for that, as well as Steve Holland, I think.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
It's a more difficult job next year because United will be in Europe. They'll be playing more games. They'll have the same problems everybody else has. So, but I'm sure they'll strengthen again in the summer.
Stuart, I want to talk about the Rugby League because it's in Vegas this weekend. We've got coverage on talkSPORT too, but you were there in Vegas for the Rugby League last year.
Yeah, I was. As I say, it's a brilliant occasion. 4 games in the same stadium. I was there for 5 days. It was incredible to see so many fans go over and enjoy the occasion of Vegas as well. They had a brilliant time, and I'm sure both Hull KR and Leeds, I think, are out there at the moment, and so they'll love it. They'll absolutely love it out there. Whether it takes away a little bit on what you do in your league campaign, I'm not sure. I'm heading up tomorrow to see Warrington play Wakefield, so I'm looking forward to that one. But listen, it'll be a brilliant occasion in Vegas. I think it's a masterstroke for profile for the league.
They've had a funny season, okay? Haven't they? They lost their first game, was it to York? And then they won the World Club Championship against the Broncos. So it's a bit in and out. So it'll be interesting to see how they go.
It will, as I say, and Wigan have started brilliantly. I think they had a 54-0 victory yesterday against local rivals Lee. So Wigan look like the team that have started the best out of all the sides.
You don't strike me as a Vegas man, Stuart.
No, to be fair, I like the shows. I went to the Punk Rock Museum, as you would expect, which is fantastic, worth a visit. I enjoyed the rugby, enjoyed the shows, enjoyed the Punk Rock Museum. Not really a gambler. I don't drink, so I'm sort of I dip a toe into Vegas.
Did you go to the
Did
you go to the Brittany residency? You didn't go.
There's quite a lot more to Vegas than the Strip. Have you ever seen Phil Rosenthal?
You tell him. He doesn't know that. All he does is scratch the surface when he goes out there.
Are you calling me superficial, Stuart? It's not it's too noisy for me, Stuart. It's too noisy. New Kids on the Block playing there soon. Donny Osmond.
It's no good to me, to be fair. They do have a punk sort of festival on there down at Fremont, I think. So that isn't too bad. But some of the shows not necessarily all over, to be fair. I think Garth Brooks was on, who my wife wanted to see, but I think they wanted about $600 a ticket. That's not for me.
Garth Crooks set. He's been playing every night in Vegas for the last 25 years. It Crooks. He just does 3 of his questions. That's a 4-hour show. Stuart, what was the last gig you went to, please?
Last gig, I don't. Where? Oh wow! It was last weekend. It was Booze and Glory and Deadline. Next one up is 2 weeks. We got the vaccines at Brixton, which will be fantastic.
Good stuff. Now, just so you know, Barry Glendenning, who I do the Sunday show with, Stuart, he lives near the Brixton Academy, and he has a loaded super soaker, so that if people are loitering outside the venue after the gig, he just opens his window like a sniper and he just water pistols. So just once you've been to see him, just get out of there.
That's ridiculous.
It'll be utopia for him because of security at Brixton now. They make you queue down the road and right round the block. So he'll have a lot of sitting ducks.
Right,
me being one of them.
Good. Take out Stuart Pierce. This will be good fun. Thanks, Stuart. Always good to chat.
Take it easy. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Mike says, God, I hope I win Euro Millions tonight. 2.5 million's a bargain, he says. This is good. I'm going to have a good night tonight. Max and Andy, with you until 4 on talkSPORT.
If he came up with a 2.5 million, would you retire from talkSPORT if he said this is the condition?
You give me 2.5 million cash?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not an idiot. Am I?
I wouldn't.
You are. Chili Recon. I say, somebody break before I say a word that rhymes with Ollocks.
can't see this happening. But, okay, if they win the league, the Champions League and the World Cup, could a Ballon d'Or be on the way?
Oh. You look at the other English players that you've got on the Arsenal side. You look at Saka. I know Saka's not been in his best form this season. But that's a lot to ask for, isn't it? When you start talking about Champions League, Premier League, World Cup.
Do you know what I said about Saka earlier, about all the games he's playing? He wants to play. You can't stop him playing.
And I thought he was very good, by the way, against Spurs.
Yeah.
Jed Spence, who likes to have a battle.
Declan's the same. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's the type who wants to play every game.
Of course he does. And why shouldn't he look at Ballon d'Ors one day? Why not? Because you're playing for a club who's challenging for the Champions League, for the Premier League. Your country is challenging to finally bring a World Cup back to this country after so long. Why not?
I think Declan would be. I think he would be Pep's type of player.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He loves Rodri, doesn't he? He would love Declan when he's sitting in there.
But even without the goals, Al, I love about Declan Rice, and I watch him, is like, he's everywhere. He's pressing all across the pitch. He's giving the Arsenal fans that captain feeling about where he plays. He can run with the ball. He's got legs. He's passing's top. We've seen the goals that he can score. The 2 free kicks against Real Madrid were outstanding. So, you know, he can take a great set piece. If he can work on those Lampard goals that he wants to score, we spoke about earlier, then why not Ballon d'Or one day? Top player with a great attitude and a nice guy and very humble.
What do you think Arsenal are going to win this year?
Nothing. I'm joking. I think they will win the Carabao Cup and I think they'll win the Premier League.
Mike's been back in touch. Send us your bank details, he says. Sort code 3013. This doesn't seem sensible, does it? Max Rushden and Andy Jacobs with you until 4. Clips of the Week special is a sort of commentators and correspondents one, and it's a good one. And right now, 2 o'clock, let's get the sports headlines from Amelia.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, helping business owners to work better and live better. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Thanks, Max, and a very good afternoon. It seems some things in life are guaranteed. Death, taxes, and Manchester City facing Real Madrid in the Champions League. It's now the 8th time, and Pep Guardiola's given his reaction.
Yeah, for our club, as much you play against the best teams in all history in this competition, you learn and improve, and you are better in the future.
In a repeat of last year's Club World Cup final, Chelsea play holders PSG in the last 16. Spurs and Arsenal could face each other in the semi-finals. The Gunners play Bayer Leverkusen, while Spurs have to get past Atletico Madrid. Liverpool have Galatasaray and Newcastle have Barcelona. Eddie Howe's side lost 2-1 at the Nou Camp in September. Gabby Bonglahor reckons they've got a real chance against last year's semi-finalists.
Do you know what Newcastle need to do? What they've been doing recently with Gordon, with Barnes, with Alanga, with Willock, with Ramsey. Quick players, runners in behind, because there's one team that you want to have quick players against is Barcelona, and they will get so many chances.
Elsewhere today, Gareth Southgate's claimed he could do a better job than some of the recent Big Six managers. But talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, says forget Man United, Southgate's better suited to Crystal Palace.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
Crystal Palace will play Cypriot side AEK Larnaca in the last 16 of the Conference League. Meanwhile, in the Europa League, Aston Villa will face Lille in a repeat of their Conference League quarter-final in 2024. Nottingham Forest clash with Midtjylland. And could we soon see the end of long throws? Football lawmakers are meeting tomorrow to discuss the idea of a new 5-second time limit for goal kicks and throw-ins. They're also expected to increase the scope of VAR to include decisions on second yellow cards. There's more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Reform UK's gone to the police over claims of illegal voting in the by-election. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister's vowed to keep fighting after Labour only finished third. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit, your go-to destination for quality tyres from great brands like Continental. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
got there in the end. Cloudy and wet, especially rainy across central and southern parts, where it will turn heavier later. Scotland and Northern Ireland see sunny spells and scattered showers, staying mild.
Yes, Amelia is still with us. It's important to say she's okay. Max and Andy with you until 4 on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT.
God, we've gone that woke. I'm up for it. If you have any problems,
Hernia sufferer's favourite radio, talkSPORT.
if you have a problem, you can
me
call
and Liz
me.
Truss.
I'll talk to you. I don't think I'd co-host with Liz Truss, to be honest. Brought to you with Tool Station. Next stop, Tool Station. Let's go back to John Norman watching England versus New Zealand in the T20.
England have struck twice in quick succession. They needed to as well, because after batting out a maiden and overturning an on-field caught behind decision that went against him, Tim Seifert smashed his way to 35 from just 25, and Finn Allen 29 as well. So at the end of the power play, 54 without loss, New Zealand, and overcoming that slow start. But England have struck back. Familiar way of doing so as well. A big turning leg break from Adil Rashid saw Tim Seifert stumbling over his crease and couldn't get his foot back in time. So Butler with the stumping, and then 2 runs later, Finn Allen just clipping the ball sweetly straight to Jacob Bethel inside the rope at mid-wicket. A wicket for Will Jacks, who's been one of the standout performers for England in this tournament so far. England through to the semi-finals. A win for New Zealand will see them through as well. 8 overs in, New Zealand batting first, 66 for 2.
Thank you, John. Now I've got a bone to pick with Banterman, who's written into the Daily Star.
Oh, Banterman is a ridiculous person.
Is he a ridiculous person?
Yeah.
And well, this is the most sacrilegious thing I've ever seen.
Dion Dublin, isn't it?
Dion Dublin on Homes Under the Hammer. Why on earth would you put a sink in the bathroom? It seems eminently sensible place for a sink. I mean, if you think of that is one of the most sensible places to put a sink. Sink in the kitchen, utility room, basin in the bathroom, and en suite. You're in the wrong job, Dion. Stick to footy, and you weren't exactly great at that. I will not have that man's name besmirched. He is the finest footballer and the finest broadcaster of our time. Exactly. And I love that man. Dion, if you're listening, I love you. And don't listen to Banterman. I've got your back.
Never listen to Banterman.
Never listen to Banterman. Banterman, I mean, he'll have a show on this station before you know it. On the talkSPORT YouTube channel, Banterman, 8 till 4.
8 till 4.
It's a long gig.
It is a long show.
So much banter.
Maggie Hodgson has written to...
Hi, Maggie.
Yes, hello.
Welcome.
She's written actually from Plymouth. I don't know if she saw me while I was
Almost certainly. You're the talk of the town.
BBC breakfast presenter Sally Nugent's new glam hairstyle is great.
It is.
Who'd write to a national paper about Sally Nugent's hairstyle? It's a pity co-host Naga Munchetti did make a snide remark. I didn't hear it. Maybe Naga is just jealous because her hairdo looks like she's wearing a helmet. It's a bit harsh, man.
That is harsh, isn't it?
It's a bit harsh, right?
What are you saying? Is Naga jealous of Sally, and we're doing that as a text topic? Is that a phone? I think they did. I think Jim and Simon did a phone in on Wednesday. Okay, it was good to know. I mean, I wish them both very well in all their hirsute challenges forthwith.
Good.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'm pleased for you. Well, Brian Linford, we couldn't have a day without him, could we?
Well, I saw it and I thought, what was Brian saying? You can read it.
Well, I can, because it's it's his usual no punctuation stream of consciousness. Our anticipated 2026 World Cup is an explosion waiting to go off. Infantino gave Trump, in capital letters for no reason at all, his Peace Prize, but Denmark could boycott the competition over Greenland. Los Angeles group games are a flashpoint. Canada, hardly enamoured, sees Mexico and Guadalajara hosting 4 matches after El Mencho's death spark cartel cities in chaos. Trump's World Cup looks like a powder keg waiting to go off. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Actually, Brian makes some quite good points in this one, I've got to say.
He doesn't make any good points. He could do with some punctuation.
He could do with some punctuation, but Brian, I told before about the greatest letter I got sent here in green pen with no punctuation.
No.
I told you this once?
I don't know, you might have done.
I mean, I got it years ago, but it was really good. I can't remember who it's from. It was in green pen. It said, "Dear Max, Whenever I watch you on Soccer AM, I think you're one of the most boring, useless, uninteresting presenters there is.
Yeah.
Last week, I heard someone covering for Adrian on Drive. And I realised it was you. And then it said, and you think you're waiting here for a twist, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
From that moment on, my opinion of you didn't change.
Oh, didn't change. That's a shame.
He really built me up. He written a letter, he put a stamp on it and everything. Didn't change.
What can you do?
Well, I just didn't impress that guy. You just got to keep working, keep doing your very best, and hope.
Well, here, number 22. I've picked my own number.
Well, you don't get to pick your number.
Okay.
I'll take 22, please.
It's fungi off the Z menu, or Z menu. Or Z menu.
Okay.
Gen Zers, or is it Zers?
I think I'd go Gen Zers.
Gen Zers admit to being picky eaters and find it difficult to choose a meal. That's pathetic.
Okay.
Mushrooms top the fussy list.
Right.
With 44% avoiding the fungi, because you can't say mushrooms twice.
Right.
44%
of Gen Zers avoid mushrooms.
Is that true? Have we got any Gen Zers inside?
Are you a Gen Z? What are these lot?
I think Sean's a bit old, isn't he, for Gen Z?
I don't know.
I think he's
Lucy loves
Y2K.
mushrooms. There we are. Lucy loves mushrooms.
Lucy
That
loves
is
mushrooms.
Gen Z. We've done a straw poll. In a survey, talkSPORT asked one person if they like mushrooms, and they said yes. We could have a national newspaper with this kind of information, couldn't we?
Choose number 5.
Okay, I'll have number 5, please, Andy.
Thierry Henry has told Mikel Arteta injuries are not an excuse, and Arsenal must win the Prem this year. When did that happen? Did he actually go in there and say, look, you must win the league this year?
That.
He did he?
Still never know if the rumours are true about Thierry Henry having a £500 coat hanger at Sky. There's a rumour that he had a £500 coat.
Is there such a thing as a
I don't know if there is. And obviously he was quite enamoured by his £500 coat hanger because the rest of us just
money for a coat hanger.
It is a lot for a coat hanger, isn't it? I would say it's sort of £499.50 more. Too much. I think he's overspent Thierry on the £500 coat hanger, but I can't prove it.
What about number 16? You'd like to hear that, wouldn't you?
I'd like number 16, please, Danny.
Okay. Lando Norris superfan Sarah Merritt.
Hello, Sarah.
51 of Stowmarket.
Okay, yeah.
Anywhere, that's one for long-term listeners, Stowmarket, Suffolk, has met the Formula One champion 10 times across the world.
Okay.
It's quite an odd thing to do, though, isn't it, really?
How many times have you met Lando Norris?
I've met him once.
No, I've never met him either. I met Vernon Kay once. Does that count? That was yesterday.
You wouldn't go around the world to meet Vernon, would you, 10 times?
How far would I travel to meet Vernon? It was just honestly, it's just a chance meeting. He said, would you want to go for a coffee? I would never invite him for a coffee because I just don't, it would seem odd. But if he said, do you want to go for one? If I could find the time, I might. But I wouldn't travel. I'm not getting a flight, put it that way. He seemed very pleasant. He seemed nothing but charming, but I'm not getting a flight for Vernon.
Do you want number 27?
Can I have number 27, please, Andy?
Pumpkin King Lee has 53 stone whopper, is the headline.
Okay, I don't know where this is going, but...
Green-fingered Lee Harrington.
Lee Herring.
Lee and Herring. I used to like them.
Lee and Harrington.
Lee and Harrington
exactly.
has grown a 53-stone pumpkin that has to be moved by forklift.
Oh, really?
The 55-year-old, who cares, credits cow manure, more than 10 gallons of water a day, and warm weather for creating his whopper.
Right. I do have to say, and, people are different. But I think if your pumpkin is so big you have to use a forklift truck, I think it's too big.
It's far too big.
That's too much pumpkin, Lee and Herring. I think Lee and Herring, they were good, weren't they? I mean, that's the sort of sketch they might have done.
Yeah, for
the 52-stone pumpkin. Was it stone or kilos?
Hold on.
Can't be stone. A 52-stone pumpkin. It can't be. Hold on.
Oh, no, stone.
Stone?
Stone.
A 52-stone pumpkin?
53 stone. Not 52 stone. 53 stone.
There has never been a pumpkin that was 53 stone.
Well, what about the world's largest Scotch egg? It's heavier than a bowling ball, apparently. Bring it back to sport.
I'll bring it back to sport for you.
Yeah.
I once saw Petr Cech eating a Scotch egg.
Really?
Yeah. I did a whole...
It'd be better if it had been Terry Alcock.
Why?
Former world bowls champion.
I think so. What, because of the... Well, Petr Cech uses
only because
balls,
the
doesn't
Scotch
he?
egg is...
It wasn't the size of a bowling ball, Petr Cech's Scotch egg. It was just a normal Scotch egg. It was a mini Scotch egg, if I remember correctly. May have been a quail's egg in the sort of the meaty bit.
You must want number 40, finally.
Can I have number 40, please?
It's a reader's trouser offer.
Okay, yep.
Elasticated waist woven viscous print trousers. So big floral print trousers. Make your spring days and nights that little bit lighter. Brighter, not lighter, brighter. Oh, it will be lighter too. With these fashionable, not really, viscose print trousers in the latest colours, you'll stand out from the crowd. Yeah, they're floral trousers. Of course you're going to stand out from the crowd.
Matt's been in touch with a Wajima Urushi German Street limited edition Nakata hanger. And that free delivery.
That's the one, is it?
No, but this one is 1,460 quid. You'd hope for free delivery.
Here it's going to be gutted. He's going to think Sky have cheated him.
He's such a cheapskate. I can get 3 of these coat hangers for one of those. That hanger, says Matt, is fashioned from a single piece of wood.
Really?
That's why they chopped down a whole tree for that. I have an irrational fear of coat hangers, says Chris. Even if I even met my current girlfriend on Hinge after she sent a comment asking how. Wow. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
Anyway, finally with these trousers.
Right, finally with the trousers.
They'll see you from day to night.
Well, I should bloody hope so.
No. Well, they suddenly fall down in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah. Probably get you to tea time, but we can make no guarantees after that. What do you want from these trousers?
Oh, dear,
Get you from day to night.
Would you mind talking about sport, not viscous trousers? Ridiculous.
Such a great life for a pair of trousers. I'll get you from day to night. Oh, I really like that.
That's the whole thing about readers' trousers. Why it works is the claims they have to make are ridiculous, and they have to say something. They can't just say buy these trousers.
No, what a nice guarantee.
Yeah.
If they fall down, your money back. This is Rushden and Jacobs on talkSPORT in partnership with Tool Station. Next stop, Tool Station. Stuart Weir, Scottish football journalist, will join us in just a second, and we'll discuss the title race there.
I'd jump in with Moussa Dembele.
Oh, mate, he was some player. He was some player.
Do you know what, right? I would say he was overrated.
What?
I would say he was overrated.
You're not having him?
Lovely to watch.
Yeah.
Never hurt you. Never hurt you.
Really?
Yeah. Great to watch. He was probably the pass before the pass. But he wouldn't carve you open.
Oh, mate, he was so good on the ball, though.
No, lovely to watch. But I don't know.
Strong on the ball, could drive from midfield.
All of that, but I don't ever remember him. I mean, get his stats up, goals and assists. That's what I want to see. Surprise me. No, seriously.
I know, but you're getting up a stat. But there's,
No, but
there's also the eyeball test, Jason.
No, lovely footballer. Easy on the eye, but I don't think he ever hurt you.
I disagree.
Well, just okay,
Disagreement.
fine.
I played against him when he was at Fulham.
Oh, no, lovely.
And he was at Fulham, and I played against him, and he was a bit of an unknown then.
A lovely footballer to watch.
Who is this?
I know, but I don't think he ever hurt you. You know, some players can hurt you with a pass. They find the pass that will hurt you the most. I never felt that. He would so strong, would travel with the ball, and then maybe he was the pass or he was the assist before the assist, right? But he never hurt you. He wouldn't be the killer pass. He wouldn't be the one that carves you open or takes on 6 players, rifles it top corner.
But then that's not an underrated player, though, is it? Underrated. That's you're talking about Eden Hazard.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
John Boy is lying on a sun lounger in Lanzarote enjoying talk trousers, talk hangers. Annoying my girlfriend next to me is trying to enjoy her book with my constant giggling. More of the same, please, lads. Thanks so much. World's heaviest pumpkin was grown in 2025 by British twin brothers Ian and Stuart Patton, weighing a record-breaking 2,819 pounds.
Wow.
1,278 kilos. Nicknamed Muggle. This giant gourd was weighed in 2025 in Reading and boasts a circumference
It
of
wouldn't
over
taste very nice.
21 feet.
Too big.
Well, I think you'd felt like you'd had enough. Halfway through.
Yeah, just about.
Anyway, it's the Scottish Premiership title race is great,
exciting.
isn't
It's
it?
very good, yeah.
And I don't know, Stuart Weir joins us, Scottish football writer. Stuart, when was the last three-way title race in Scotland?
I would think you'd have to go back to the early 80s when you had Aberdeen, Dundee United and Celtic all contesting the title. So you need a good memory and have to be over 50 before you could remember anything like that. But, the Hearts haven't been involved in a title race since 1986, when they probably wouldn't want to hear it, but they blew it on the last day at Dundee. This is a very strange occurrence, very strange happening in Scottish football.
One thing that happens every year, Stuart, and we'll come on to talk about the teams in a minute and the games this weekend, the split. How will this affect, the top of the table? Will the teams end up playing each other again more often, or how does that work?
Your top six, and they basically play each other again. There's no home and away. It's just the six remaining fixtures. So you might end up with 2 home ties, 3 away games, depends on how the fixtures pan out. But it does mean that going into the last 5 games of the season, you will have all the top teams involved, and therefore you will have Hearts are currently top just now, but they'll have to play Celtic, Rangers, and Motherwell during those last 5 matches. So the excitement's pretty good just now. And I think most fans would just be happy if their teams were still in contention going into those last few matches.
What result do Hearts want in the Old Firm?
Draw, I imagine.
I think they would probably want space aliens to come down and capture both teams and take them away. I think Hearts, if truth be told, they'd be quite happy if it was a draw. It's probably the easiest one in terms of permutations to work out. A draw would serve Hearts pretty well. It would mean that both Rangers and Celtic had played another game each and hadn't taken full points from it. So I think Hearts would settle for a draw at Ibrox come Sunday.
The reason I ask the question is because Celtic are a few points behind Rangers, but Celtic probably have a better squad than Rangers. I mean, who do you think is more likely to haul Hearts in, Stuart?
That's a question that people have been asking since the first day of the season. That Celtic Celtic have undergone some managerial catastrophes this season. Rangers started badly with Russell Martin, and then Celtic said, hold my beer, and brought in Wilfred Nancy. And that really was a hurdle and a hiatus that nobody saw coming with Celtic. In terms of the squad, I think Celtic have a good starting 11, but maybe just lack the kind of depth. But Hearts continue to, sort of get the results and work hard to get those results and the achievements. You have these fixtures this weekend, and then in midweek, both Celtic and Motherwell play catch up in terms of the outstanding fixtures. Aberdeen host Celtic on Wednesday evening, and then Motherwell play Dundee on Thursday. I don't see Motherwell being genuine title contenders, but I do think they have it that they could actually be kingmakers before the end of the season. They're playing really well and are more than a match for the top three.
That's interesting. I was listening to Martin O'Neill on TV this morning. He was talking about his goalkeeping dilemma because the boy he brought in last night played pretty well, and Schmeichel has had some problems, hasn't he? He's been a bit vulnerable lately.
Yeah, he's been pretty off it, actually, I have to say. And a lot of Celtic fans feared the worst when Scotland beat Denmark, if you remember back in the World Cup qualifier. Schmeichel hardly covered himself in glory in that game. And one or two Celtic fans that I know said then that if Celtic were going to win the title, they would have to make a change in the goalkeeping front back then. It never came. But Schmeichel has been exposed badly over the last few matches. And as you say, Andy, you bring in a reserve keeper for a European tie. He plays quite well. And it really is a dilemma of his own making in terms of Martin O'Neill. I think it would be braver and it actually...
Sorry, I just woke up, Stuart. That's what
I was going to say.
happens.
That's your Avon delivery at the door.
Andy has a buzzer every hour just to keep him awake. That's what happens.
Make sure he's breathing. That's good. That comes in handy. So I think the goalkeeping dilemma has been entirely of Martin O'Neill's own making. If he'd taken the decision sooner or earlier, he might not be in such a quandary going into this game on Sunday.
Good stuff, Stuart. Lovely to chat.
Thanks for that alarm call.
It's all right. It's all right. Today is Friday. The next meal is dinner.
You do feel Hearts. It's got to be their year.
Yeah.
Rangers and Celtic and then Russell Martin.
Sure, and the pressure that will mean because it's impossible not to feel that. talkSPORT Goals show on YouTube or your smart TV has an extended edition on Sunday. Our panel will be live reacting to all the biggest football moments from midday to 6:30, starting with a Scottish special, Old Firm Derby at Ibrox, kicking off at 12. Sam Mallard will be joined by rival fans from Rangers and Celtic before 3 Premier League games at 2. That's talkSPORT Goals on YouTube, your smart TV from midday on Sunday. I'll be joining at 1:30 because I'm on air from midday till 1:30. I'm very happy to plug other output, but you can also, if you really want to, if you can bear it, listen to the warm-up with me and Barry. It is talkSPORT, Max Rushden and Andy Jacobs with you until 4 in partnership with Toolstation, standing behind every single tradesperson of Britain. Next stop, Toolstation. And Stan Collymore will join us in just a sec. We'll look ahead to the Premier League fixtures.
He's that type, Gab. He gets that pace. You were quick, and he gets away from defenders. You ain't catching him.
Yeah, especially when you're Otamendi. You know, he's closer to 40 Otamendi than he is 30. He was struggling to get back. But look at the finish out. We're just talking there while we heard that clip. For all the youngsters out there that are trying to be a footballer, that's the composure. Because if he took down his left foot, probably keeper saves it, but to sort of put your body around the ball, open your right foot out and literally guide it through. Yeah. The Thierry Henry finish, I call it. Which
you can also open your body out and look at that far post and go to hit it with your right and go the other way.
Yeah, reverse it. Yeah,
you can you cheat the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but when you bend it like that low as well, it's hard for keepers to get down, isn't it?
You can only do that with practice.
Yeah, 100%.
One and one.
Al, he was on one yesterday. Everything went through him. Mbappe was out injured with a knee issue. And it was just the case of Vinny Jr. was never going to let Benfica win. And what I liked about him is what happened last week didn't affect him. He goes over to the corner flag and still does his dance.
How good were Real Madrid?
Real Madrid were very poor. Vinicius Jr. Was their best player, but Real Madrid are missing Mbappe, Howson, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Milito.
You worried about Bellingham getting back full fitness?
No, it did show a clip earlier on in the week of Real Madrid. He's back. He's playing with the Bulls. You know, so that's always a good sign now. It means he's on his way back from his hamstring injury.
Man City have drawn Real Madrid in the Champions League last 16. Chelsea play holders PSG. Spurs and Arsenal could face each other in the semi-finals. The Gunners play Bayer Leverkusen while Spurs have to get past Atletico Madrid. Liverpool have Galatasaray and Newcastle take on Barcelona. Eddie Howe's side lost 2-1 at the Nou Camp in September, but Gabby Agbonlahor reckons they've got a real chance against last year's semi-finalists.
Do you know what Newcastle need to do? What they've been doing recently? With Gordon, with Barnes, with Alanga, with Willock, with Ramsey. Quick players, runners in behind. Because there's one team that you want to have quick players against is Barcelona, and they will get so many chances.
In the Europa League, Aston Villa take on Lille, while Nottingham Forest face Midtjylland in the last 16. Now, is Gareth Southgate gearing up for a new job? The former England boss says he'd have been a better appointment than a few recent Big Six managers.
Do I think I could have done the job that some people who've been in those clubs recently have done? But could I do better? I think I could.
talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook says forget Manchester United. Southgate's better suited to Crystal Palace.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
Liverpool are the Premier League's top spenders on wage. They paid out £428 million last season, but also returned to making a profit after winning the title. Ahead of West Ham's trip to Anfield tomorrow, Jeremy Frimpong is back available for Liverpool, but Arne Slot does not know when Florian Wirtz will be fit again. More on the website at talksport.com.
Good afternoon. Now we need one competitor for the Fools panel, please. 03717 223344. If you would like to take on the broadcasting behemoth that is Andy Jacobs.
Oh, yes.
Stan Collymore, me, Nigel Adley as well. 03717 223344. Call early to avoid disappointment. I mean, it won't be huge disappointment. Call now to avoid mild disappointment. Before we talk to Stan, John Norman is watching New Zealand batting pretty well against England in the T20.
Yeah, although curse the commentator in reverse because he just sawn off Mark Chapman. Rashid with his second stumping in the match. Chapman down the track, missing the ball by a mile, and Butler doing the rest. So Chapman goes for 15. The danger man really at the moment, Glenn Phillips. He's a brilliant all-action kind of hero really. He's 31 from 19, a 6, 4 fours, really taking the attack to England. Could have a really good game here. England, of course, already through to the semi-finals, but plenty on the line for New Zealand. They need to win to join them there. They won the toss, they decided to bat, they got off to a good start. Runs for Seifert and Allen. Phillips is still there, but they have lost Chapman for 15. A second wicket for Rashid. 14 overs in, 123 for 4.
First time I've successfully seen off Mark Chapman. Trying to get match of the day for ages, but there we go. Anyway, cheers, John. Let's bring in Stan Collymore. Hey, Stan.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Yeah, very good. You want to talk about the Champions League draw? It's a great draw, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? I mean, we are getting to the the pointy end of the season generally now. I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you're very happy. If you are a Manchester City fan or Chelsea fan, you might be thinking, okay, what are we going to be like? We're playing two quality teams, but we're playing away from home in the first leg. So, a fascinating draw in prospects. I've just got a few bits and bobs and thoughts on all of them.
The interesting thing about PSG, Chelsea, I forgot, of course, that Racine has faced them with Strasbourg. He's got quite a reasonable one. He's played 3 times, won 1, drawn 1, lost 1. Chelsea also beat them in the summer, and they're home in the last leg. But you just about fancy PSG, Stan?
Yeah, I think that PSG are finding form now, and I think that they are European champions. It's been a strange season for them. I know that Dembele mentioned that this season for Paris Saint-Germain has been more about individuals than the collective. But I do think that, especially because of the way the French league is structured, is that they can leave out plenty of players during the season. So freshness at this stage of the season is way more a factor for them than in terms of the Premier League, where it's the grind week in and week out. So they should be fresher in the latter end of the season. I think that realistically, I mean, I'd look at L'Equipe this morning. It's revenge. Of course, because of the Club World Cup, and they'll be taking Chelsea very seriously because of what happened in the Club World Cup. But I think that the most important thing for Chelsea is can they get a clean sheet in Paris? If they can get a clean sheet in Paris, Andy, you know as well as I do, Max as well, that Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, under the lights on a Champions League night, with the quality that they've got, the ability that they've got, that they can beat anybody. Yeah. We know that they are literally Club World Cup champions, having been in a tournament with the best teams in the world, glorified pre-season or not. So I think that it's going to be down to what happens in Paris. North of 2 goals, Paris score, they go through.
Oh yeah.
If Chelsea can keep a clean sheet, a classic night at the Bridge awaits.
Yeah, I suppose PSG haven't.
I'll take a 1-1.
Fine. PSG haven't sewn up the Liga, have they? And I mean, if they can get their midfield working like it did last year, then I think Chelsea.
They're a wonderful.
Well, look, the winner of that game will play the winner of Galatasaray Liverpool, and that is Galatasaray are fun, Stan, and they're chaotic and they have an Expendables vibe. But Liverpool should win.
Yeah, it's strange. Galatasaray kind of remind me of the last Euros and Georgia, kind of like incredibly fun to watch and get on the front foot and score goals, and there's lots of chaos. I mean, they scored 7 over 2 legs against Juventus. Now, this isn't a Juventus of the sort of mid-80s with the likes of Platini and keeping clean sheets in Serie A for fun. It's a transitional Juventus team, but they also conceded 5. So you match them up with Liverpool, that have been famously inconsistent this season, and all of a sudden you could possibly get 8-7 on aggregate, 6-5, 4-3. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this is not the game of the round, quite simply because I don't think both teams can defend for long enough periods, and specifically over a 90-minute period to shut out the other. So I've got Liverpool to go through. I've got a 6 out of 10 difficulty. I've got Chelsea 7 out of 10 difficulty. But I think that Liverpool will just go through. But I think it'll be 5-4, 6-3. It'll be very, very entertaining over the 2 legs.
And you think it's going to be harder for City by your scoring rating?
Yeah, 8 out of 10 for City. I think that obviously Max and Andy, they're hitting form at the right time, and Haaland is scoring and creating goals, and they have a very deep squad. They're an elite A+ level European team, so they can beat anybody. But if you look at Real Madrid, I know there's all the sort of Vinny Jr., the unsavoury stuff, and it's hopefully going to be dealt with, and that's sort of overshadowed the 2 legs against Benfica. And you automatically think of Real Madrid and Barcelona as free-scoring teams. But this season, Real Madrid's defence has been very good, conceding a goal a game, literally a goal a game, 25 games, 25 goals conceded. And I think that it's really important that as the first leg is in Madrid, that City go there and they score. Because if Real Madrid get a goal or 2 and were to come to the Etihad and sit on it, I think that they can sit on it better than any team in Europe at the moment. So I'm going to go for Real Madrid to just go through. But just like Chelsea, the fact that they're playing away first leg is that hopefully when we have a discussion and have a chat after that first leg, that both Chelsea and Manchester City have either kept a clean sheet or 1 goal, and that opens up a whole world of opportunity at Stamford Bridge and the Etihad, respectively.
Yeah, and the winner probably plays Bayern, don't they? So that should be interesting.
That's going to be difficult. But according to Arsenal fans, they've got to buy into the final. They don't even need to turn up, apparently.
The thing is that credit to them, all you can do as a football manager and as a football team is win the games, get really good coefficient points, finish as high as you possibly can in every group that you're presented with, and they have. So the blue side of the draw of the teams that we just mentioned, the silver side of the draw, yes, is significantly easier. I watched the Bodo Glimt game, and they've been an absolute against Inter Milan, and they've been an absolute breath of fresh air. In the same way that Galatasaray have, that on any given day, on any given 2 days, they can cause harm to teams. But I've got it 5 out of 10 for Arsenal for this and the next round. I think that Leverkusen are doing okay in the Bundesliga, 6th, 21 points off the top to give you an idea. So you're looking at sort of Brentford, aren't you, really, compared to Arsenal at the moment, that kind of thing. Not a game to be sniffed at, but you'd think that Arsenal, physically strong, good at set pieces, go away from home. Set pieces are going to be crucial. They've got players like Eze that are in fantastic form, Madueke that can come off the bench, have plenty of pace. I think that this is going to be an easy round for Arsenal over 2 games. Wouldn't be at all surprised if it's 2-0 in each game.
What about? They've never ever won the Champions League. This is their best opportunity.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Newcastle, Barca.
9 out of 10 hard. The Nou Camp second leg. So for Newcastle, they've got to go. You can see all the banners are going to be out. War flags that have done an absolute fantastic job at Newcastle the last 2 or 3 years with all the tifo. We know that Newcastle is loud and rowdy. It'll hark back to the sort of, I think it was Espria scoring a hat-trick back in the day against Barca, that kind of 90s team, is that they've got to go and say, right, okay, over 2 legs, strategically, it's going to be very difficult because I don't think Newcastle are in a good enough place at the moment to go to the Camp Nou and to keep a clean sheet, save for the really good results, going to Karabag, hammering them, etc., etc. So I think it's got to be a 2+ lead that they take to the Nou Camp to score, because otherwise I think that Barcelona will score 2 or 3 over the 2 legs. Again, they're not conceding a great amount of goals. It's quite stunning, really, that you look in La Liga, and again, we always think Spanish teams free scoring, but you can get at them and score 2s and 3s. No, Real Madrid and Barcelona this season have got their defences sorted out, and Barcelona are conceding less than a goal a game in La Liga. So it's going to be very difficult for Newcastle, and I've got Barcelona to go through.
We thrashed them in the league stage, and I was really unimpressed. And there is a Premier League factor to all of these draws. The Premier League is very strong, physically very strong. I mean, do you give Spurs much of a chance against Atletico?
You don't, Andy, but I mean, on the face of it, it should be fairly straightforward. I mean, if you look at Atletico's recent form, again, we all get really stuck with sort of ideas in their head because of how certain managers behave and how they put their teams out. And you think of Simeone and you think, oh, he loves a 1-0. He's kind of like the outlier to Real Madrid and Barcelona's flair. But they've scored 20 goals in their last 7 games. So they're finding a real flush of attacking form. So they're overwhelming favourites for me to beat Spurs that have got a new manager in, that they've had injuries, they've got players coming back from injury, their form is woeful, the fans are a little bit, what's going on, the constant protests about ownership. So Atletico Madrid, out of all of these ties, are overwhelming favourites. But you're absolutely right, Andy, is that Spanish clubs in particular, I think it all goes back to sort of the chairman and the owners of Spanish clubs. They can't quite get the revenue anywhere near Premier League levels, hence the Super League proposals, heavily backed by Spanish clubs that's only recently been dealt with, of course, with Real Madrid waving the white flag of surrender, saying, OK, we'll stick to the UEFA format. But they feel that the Premier League is a juggernaut. And I think that particularly in the Premier League this season, teams are going back to long throws, they're going to corners, they're going to set pieces. They're used to that week in and week out in the Premier League. And I do wonder, as English teams progress through this tournament, as I said, we're getting to the pointy end now, that you may well see, some of the Spanish and French papers going, oh, mon Dieu, they're back to playing Route 180 stuff, but we've been beat 2-0 over 2 games by, Chelsea or Manchester City, whoever it is. So I think that all the English clubs are set fair to do all the basics very well on away days, and let's hope that comes to pass.
It's good a tweet from someone called Justin saying, just to demonstrate how weighted this draw is, on the left side of the draw, the PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool one, most recent wins in the Champions League, 2025, 2021, 2019, 24, 2023 and 2020. Right side, 2015, the only ever winners of the Champions League, and the other 7 have never won it. So that's quite fascinating, isn't it? Cheers, Stan. Stay with us. We'll do a Fool's Panel in just a second. Oh, and don't forget, everybody, this Saturday, Owen Cooper and Constantine Ursu fight for the vacant British and Commonwealth welterweight title live from Derby, and later that evening from Arizona, 2 Mexican world champions, Emmanuel Navarrete and Sugar Nunes, clash in a massive super featherweight unification showdown. Watch these fights only on DAZN.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
I think introducing VAR, which is commonplace today. It's still got its critics. It's not perfect. But I believe this World Cup, you will see an improved VAR. You'll have the best technicians, the best technology, right? I think there'll be very few queries. Introducing the Club World Cup was another thing. Women's football, let's just talk about that. When he came in, there were only 140 national associations with women's teams. Today, there's 198 national associations with women's teams. That is an achievement in itself.
I can't have the former Arsenal vice chair in studio without asking you, is the club about to end its 22-year title wait this season?
Well, they've got a great chance, haven't they? They're fighting on all 4 fronts. It's in their hands. They've got the best squad that I can remember for a long time. I think they're well organised, difficult to beat. They've had a few blips, but nothing goes in a straight line. We were blessed with Arsenal and the Invincibles in 2003-04, going, it was 49 games, going the whole season unbeaten. By game 8 this year, Jim, all the major teams have got beaten. Arsenal got beat, Liverpool, Spurs, Manchester United, Man City. Everybody lost by game 8, not game 38. That shows how difficult it is to win the Premier League and to be invincible.
Talking about the Invincibles, Martin Keown, has he always been paranoid?
Best man marker in the business.
Brilliant. David, it was fun, wasn't it? Great to see you this morning.
Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Okay, let's do a Fools panel then. I'm playing the role of Paul Hawksby. Andy Jacobs playing the role of Andy Jacobs. Stan Collymore playing the role of Stan Collymore.
No, I've got an understudy today.
Someone's there, been there for 25 years, and now's their time. It's so exciting. The commentator today, live to Nigel Adley. Nigel, welcome.
Afternoon, Max. How are you doing?
Very good.
Afternoon, Andy.
Hi, Nigel.
Okay. Are you not saying hi to Stan? I mean, you can.
Hello, Stan. Sorry.
Hey, Andy. Andy. Well, say Andy.
You're much more polite than the usual bloke, Max.
How you doing?
Joining us to represent the public, Ian, the Spurs fan. You have our sympathies, Ian. Welcome.
Afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Oh, I see we're not doing the Spurs Fulham.
Can you stay up? I mean, Fulham away. I mean, it's not one of the ones to predict, Ian, but how are you feeling about Fulham away?
Can we move on to
Yes, we absolutely can. Good stuff. Okay, let's start then. Wolves versus Villa in the Premier League tonight. A talkSPORT exclusive. Stan Collymore, what's the score?
Oh, I want to know what the points are. Where am I? At the
Oh,
top?
yes, absolutely.
Top, am I
Okay, pros. Scott Minto got 1 point for you yesterday, 56
you down,
points.
Stan.
Jim Proudfoot, 55 points in second. Paul Hawksby on 49. The Callers on 40. And Andy got 5 last week. So now joint bottom, Andy. Very well done.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Wolves, Villa, talkSPORT exclusive tonight at 8 o'clock. Stan Collymore.
Yeah, I was at Villa Park against Leeds, and we were very slow, very jittery. We're without, and I will labour the point, McGinn, Tielemans, Kamara is massive. Ollie Watkins is struggling for form. Not lots coming from the bench. Wolves have a really good record. They've won 4 of the last 6 against Villa. I was going to go tonight, and I can't now, unfortunately. But my heart says 1-1, but my head says 1-1. But my heart says Wolves 1, Villa 2. So I'm going to stick with that. Hopefully the fairies come.
Okay, I've got 2-1 Villa 2. Nigel Adley?
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think Wolves have certainly improved in recent weeks, not in time to keep themselves up, obviously, but I think this game looks a lot more difficult for Villa than maybe a month or so ago, and that's because Villa's performances have dropped off as well. But I think they should come through this. I think they need to come through this because they'll now be wary of those who are behind them in the race for the Champions League, but I think 1-2 will be the full-time score.
Okay, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Ian, the Spurs fan?
Yeah, I think Wolves have picked up a little bit. Maybe Villa's kind of minimal squad, maybe catching up with them a bit. So I fancy a 1-1.
1-1. And Andy?
I just think Villa will have enough and there won't be a lot in it. I'm going 1-0 to Villa.
1-0 to Villa. Bournemouth, Sunderland, Saturday early kickoff after the excellent warm-up with Max Rush and Charlie Baker from 9. Bournemouth versus Sunderland.
Very good.
Thank you so much. TalkSport exclusive. Andy?
No.
Is there an order? You refuse to do it out of order? I was just mixing it up.
No, we go in order.
Oh, I see. Don't like change here, do
No,
we?
we don't.
Okay, we don't like change in this place. Stan Collymore.
I told you, Rushden.
Didn't it?
Very straightforward from me. Bournemouth undefeated last 7 in the Premier League. Sunderland have lost the last 3. Bournemouth 2, Sunderland 0.
I have written 2-0 as well to Bournemouth. Nigel Adley.
I think Sunderland might score, but I think that after a tremendous season, I think things have caught up with them. And at the same time, I think Bournemouth have got out of that slight tailspin they had around Christmas. But I think 2-1 the full-time score to Bournemouth.
Ian, the Spurs fans?
Yeah, same as Nigel. Watched Sunderland against, was it Fulham last week? And it looks like it's just catching up with them. They've had an amazing season, but I think it just might drift off towards the end. So I'm going 3-0 Bournemouth.
3-0 Bournemouth. And Andy stuck in his ways, Jacobs?
3-1.
3-1. Okay, and then Sunday, big game, 4:30, Arsenal versus Chelsea at the Emirates. Stan Collymore.
Couple of mini stats for you. Arsenal have won the last 3 against Chelsea at home. Chelsea winless in their last 8 against Arsenal. And Abrichieze scored 6 of his 11 goals this season in London derbies. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1.
I have gone Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. Nigel Adley.
I mean, I'm sure Stan could tell me, but I wonder how many points, or Andy could tell me, how many points have Chelsea lost after they've had players sent off this season? Because I think that's really cost them.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that exactly. I can tell you they've lost 20 points from winning positions, 17 at home, which is a disaster, and 8 sendings off.
You can't do that if you're going to finish in the top 4, because you've got to see games out. They didn't do it last week, and I think that Arsenal will be too good for them. I think 2-0.
2-0. Ian, the Spurs fan?
Is there any way I can possibly pass over this goal? Or
match postponed.
Hopefully it's a drab 0-0. They both look awful. Hopefully Arsenal lose the title, but unfortunately Arsenal will probably win this 2-1.
2-1. Andy Jacobs.
Yeah, the frustration for Chelsea fans is that they've dropped 4 points in the last 2 home games in the most ridiculously pathetic style, and this game should have been a free hit if that had been the case. But now they need the points. I can't see them winning. I'll give them a draw. I'll give them a 1-1, but I can't see it happening.
There we go. There's the love of your club. What a beautiful thing to see, Andy. What a great Fools panel. Thank you, Ian. Thanks, pal.
No problem. Take it easy, chat.
Come on, you Spurs. Thank you, Nigel. Love to Nigel.
Cheers, Max. Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, Stan.
Thanks, Stan.
Up the Villa.
Oh, there you go, Stan Collymore. Their commentary of Villa tonight at Molineux. 10 8 o'clock kickoff, TalkSport exclusive. Adrian Durham's your host tonight, Joe Shannon and Stuart Pierce, your commentary team. And Fiery Fridays are back again on the TalkSport Daily podcast. Adrian Durham, Alex Crook and Angelina Kelly arrive every Friday armed with one blazing hot take each. As Andy said, we arrive with one blazing hot cake each, and you have to eat it without any water. In today's episode, Adrian reveals why he thinks Nick Voltemada is the worst Premier League signing in history. Oh, come on, Adrian. Come on, Adrian.
I can think of a lot worse than him.
Well, Crookie explains why modern-day football is garbage compared to the 90s. What is this? Come on. But if you want to hear more, the TalkSport Daily available on all podcast platforms now.
Well, is he worse than Badashil? He isn't, is he? Let's be honest.
Who's the worst signing ever? We don't want those, please. Go back to the Butter Olympics. It's Max and Andy with you until 4.
We're joined live, Simon, by Daniel Dubois, and alongside Daniel is his trainer, Don Charles. Don, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Jim.
Good to see you again. And this fellow on my right, Daniel Dubois, who very kindly speaks to this show on something of a semi-regular basis when his dad gets him up and out of bed. Daniel, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
Good to speak to you. Good to have you here in studio.
Yeah.
7 months on from your last fight, how good does it feel to be back in camp again, Daniel, with a big one on the horizon against Fabio?
Yeah, I'm just privileged. Glad to get this opportunity, and I'm ready to go out there and smoke him. You know, work everything we've been doing in the gym and put it to practice.
What kind of nick are you in? How would you describe where you're at in terms of your fitness, your focus?
I'm ready. I'm in good shape right now. I could fight in just a couple of weeks. You know, I'm in form, and I think I'm going to be just a different level, and better than I've ever fought before. Anyway.
I mean, you were at a different level when you destroyed Anthony Joshua. Are we going to see something like that again?
Yeah, you're going to see a performance of a lifetime from me. I'm going to just put everything I've been working on and I got inside me in the ring and come away with that belt.
Don, it's been well documented. You two split for a time. You went one way, Daniel went another.
Very good afternoon. It's exactly 3 o'clock of the sports news. I'm Amelia Beltrao. We start in Sri Lanka, where England are taking on New Zealand in the T20 World Cup. The Kiwis will join Harry Brook's side in the last 4 if they win today's match. So how are they getting on, John Norman?
Well, the innings has just come to an end. New Zealand winning the toss, deciding to bat first on a pitch that has given plenty of ammunition to the spinners. And a Mitchell Santner 6 has seen them propelled to 159 for 7 from their 20 overs. But despite getting off to a great start, England have pegged them back throughout. And it has been the spin that's done the trick. Adil Rashid, 2 for 28. Will Jacks, 2 for 23. And Rayan Ahmed, 2 for 28, meaning alongside Liam Dawson, all the wickets that fell have gone the way to spin. So an underpass score on the face of it for England to chase down. But New Zealand have got some spinners of their own. So a keenly fought affair is expected. Halfway stage New Zealand, 159 for 7.
Thanks very much, John. Now, Manchester City will be desperate for revenge after being handed Real Madrid in the Champions League last 16. They were knocked out of the competition by the Spanish side last year. Meanwhile, Chelsea will be hoping to repeat the outcome of the Club World Cup final. They've got PSG. Spurs and Arsenal could face each other in the semi-finals. Tottenham have to get past Atletico Madrid, though, while the Gunners play Bayer Leverkusen. Gabby Bonlehor reckons Arsenal have got a pretty easy run.
If you beat them, you get Sporting or Bodo Glimt. Then, if you beat them, you get Barca or Newcastle or Spurs, Atletico. No offence, but any of those 4 teams, I think Arsenal beat over 2 legs. So you'd put money on Arsenal definitely getting to the final.
Liverpool have Galatasaray, while Newcastle have Barcelona. And it's considered the biggest shake-up to elite club rugby in England for almost 40 years. The RFU Council has voted to scrap traditional promotion and relegation in the Gallagher Prem. They're replacing it with a franchise league, which looks to expand to a 20-team league by 2040. There's more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Reform UK have reported claims of illegal family voting to the police, and Greg Wallace has sacked off his £10,000 claim against the BBC. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Whatever the winter weather, Bridgestone Turanza all-season 6 tyres. Guaranteed for 25,000 miles. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Cloudy and wet, especially rainy across central and southern parts, where it will turn heavier later. Scotland and Northern Ireland see sunny spells and scattered showers, staying mild.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Afternoon all. Time now for today's Bet Builder with our friends at Paddy Power. Welcome to Graham Byrne. We're looking forward to tonight in the Premier League. Wolves host Villa at Molineux. Graham, remind us, please, how the Bet Builder works.
Yeah, we're putting together a scenario within this game. We're going to pick out bets between 5 of us, and it's got nice odds of 12-1 for this derby game, which should be a good one.
Lovely.
Okay, and where are we going to start then? It's a 5-leg Bet Builder. I'm saying both teams to score, Graham.
Yeah, and I like this one because Wolves have really improved on the Rob Edwards. Difficult enough to beat at home, but they still need a point or two to leap above Derby, who've got the lowest ever total. So they've still got plenty of motivation, whereas Villa are looking behind them. They've got the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, within a few points of them. So both of them have plenty of motivation for this one. I can see both of them attacking.
Okay, Andy, what are you saying?
Well, I'm going with Tammy Abraham to score any time. He's got a good record against Wolves, and also he's in form for Villa. It's been a good signing for them.
Yeah, and he has got a great record, as you said, against Wolves. He scored 6 goals in 6 games, and he seems to be Villa's main man, the only one who's really scoring for them at the moment. Plus, if you have our super sub feature as well, if he doesn't score and he comes off and he's replaced by Ollie Watkins, you'll get the two of them running for our bet.
Producer Sean has gone Morgan Rogers to have 1 or more shots on target.
Fair enough.
Yeah, nobody has more shots on target for Villa than Morgan Rogers this season. He's had 13 in his last 11 games, so he likes to shoot on sight, so that should be a good one.
People's pick is Tolu Olakadare to have a shot on target.
Yeah, he has had 36 shots on goal this season, and he's had 18 in his last 6 games. This guy's shooting on sight, so he should be Wolves' main man tonight, and that looks like a good one for the people.
Okay, and what are you saying, Graham? Don't let us down.
I'm going to go with the Fells department because Andre has gone a bit crazy lately for Wolves. He's been booked, I think, in 6 of his last 7 games. He loves to get stuck in. It's an important game, so I'm hoping for Andre to have a couple of Fells in this one.
Okay, what's that all going to make us?
It will take us up to 12-1. So hopefully.
Thank you, Graham.
Okay, cheers, guys.
Thank you. That was Paddy Power's Bet Builder for today. Minimum odds 1 per 5 per leg. 1 to 5 per leg, 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Now, Andy, I have some huge news.
Oh, do you?
I can't believe I didn't bring it to you until now. And I've been reminded by Joe, who has sent a post on Twitter going, this has to be the most random wiki entry ever. On Max Rushton's page, it says he once borrowed a microwave from DJ Trevor Nelson. Now, I was clearing out some stuff from the house today.
Yeah.
I spent an hour and a half on Ringo parking, trying to get a parking permit.
Yeah, very difficult.
Couldn't do it. But that may be down to my own incompetence. But Artur came round, my Polish goalkeeper. Artur. And Artur Sidley, what a keeper he is. And still playing. Got man of the match, Polly Ones at 59 last season.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm chucking stuff out. And in the cold toilet that's been locked for 6 months, and then I flushed it and it overflowed. And he fixed the toilet, Artur, as well. He's a talented guy.
Is he a plumber?
Yeah, he can do everything. Trevor, anything is possible, he says. Trevor Nelson's microwave is in there. It broke. It exploded about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I have been planning for so long to send it to Trevor, to drive it to Trevor's house and knock on the door, wrapped up, and just film him opening it and digging out. But I was in such a Ringo parking mood that I just chucked it in a bin.
The famous microwave.
The famous microwave is gone.
Oh, surely
it is over.
You should have put it on eBay.
No, but I can't be bothered.
It's got a reputation.
Got so much to do. It's just gone. That's it. I don't believe in dragging out a story for too long. And I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen,
it was originally Trevor's. Let's just clear this up.
It was Trevor's microwave, yeah. And I borrowed it for Christmas.
And
I
you
borrowed
never
it
gave
Christmas
it back.
Day 2011, and I never gave it back.
Well, that's
and when you
incredible.
when you heat something up,
what are you cooking it in for Christmas Day? Not your turkey.
Auntie Gay's Christmas pudding.
Oh, right. Okay.
And when you play it, when you press go, it plays Warren G's Regulate.
No. I fell for that one. You want some posh people?
I want posh people news, yeah.
This is where a mid-ranking tabloid will write about posh people, and you don't know why, and do you think their listeners are interested in this? Anyway, this is about Lady Mary Charteris.
Ah, Lady Mary Charteris. One of my good friends.
She's furious, apparently.
Oh, what's she furious
That her
about?
holiday in the posh Kenyan resort of Lamu has gone pear-shaped.
Oh, why?
Again.
Oh, dear.
First, she griped about makeup deliveries piling up outside her home while she's away.
Mm-hmm.
What, deliveries of makeup? How much makeup are you getting?
Hang on, are they delivering that to Kenya or to her house?
No, to Kenya.
Right, okay.
How much makeup do you need?
How much makeup do you need in Kenya? $8.89.
And now she's irked.
Oh, okay.
About building work. That's a good word, isn't it? About building work.
Mm-hmm.
Irked about the work, ruining her break. There is a site next to the hotel and a digger moving hairy rocks. No, heavy rocks, not hairy rocks.
Hairy Rocks. Hairy Rocks was... Hairy Rocks won Sawgrass in, I think, in
Honestly,
1983.
my misreading is funnier than the whole thing.
Hairy Rocks on the 15th tee.
Says Mary Wright. Obviously, it was a picture of her.
Right, I see.
I should have been warned. This is not what I paid good money for.
No, well, I'm with Mary Charteris.
Who's interested in that? Who cares?
I'm fascinated. You've lucked out. That's really. I'll be telling everyone in the pub later. I'll tell you who's irked. Mary Charteris. How am I bringing that back to sport?
I've no idea. I've probably got some more.
Number 7. Oh, what number do you want me to give you?
Any number.
Number
you like.
7.
Your choice now.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's Letter to the Star.
Mm-hmm.
Re-Trump, BBC and $5 billion lawsuit. TNT bought Ashes for much less than 15 million. Cricket Australia wanted. Sky got darts for 125 million to cover until 2030.
Mm-hmm.
And F1 200 million per season. If the BBC can afford to give anything to Trump, why aren't we getting the Ashes, Formula One, brackets, remember Murray Walker, anyone? It's ridiculous. And darts live on the BBC. We pay for it.
Yeah. If it helps, I do remember Murray Walker.
Well, I do too.
Yes, well done.
Who doesn't?
Sean Ryder reckons he's written more books than Shakespeare. Did you know that?
No, okay. I didn't really.
The Happy Mondays legend has unveiled details of a 24-hour party person, a new book full of mind-bending tales from his life. Sometimes wonder who's lived a more interesting, checkered life out of me and Sean Ryder. It's very hard to tell.
No, it's you and Sean. It's Sean.
You think it's Sean? Oh, do you? He's lived a more interesting life than a man who grew up in central Cambridge in a really banal house and had a lovely childhood and then went on and just talked occasionally and likes to go to bed at 9 o'clock and the most exciting day of his life was watching 2 episodes of Death in Paradise. You're really saying Sean Ryder's lived a more interesting life?
Well, I'd say he has. Really.
Yes, I think
a bit more.
You might be right.
A bit more racy.
You might be right.
A man.
Oh, wow, here we go. A man. Can't say that these
Number
days.
26.
Okay, yeah.
On my list.
Uh-huh.
A man has broken a bizarre world record.
What's he done?
For sprinting 100 metres backwards in high heels.
Okay.
Christian Roberto Lopez Rodriguez.
Yes.
Of Toledo, Spain. Completed the feat in just 16.55 seconds.
That's not slow.
Especially backwards and especially wearing stilettos.
Yeah, I mean, forwards, he's not troubling.
The thing is, it's a bit of a cheap record, really, because he smashed his own previous record of 20.05 seconds.
Okay. But he has shaved 4 seconds off the record.
Obviously, nobody else is trying this.
Okay.
Footage shows him lining up backwards on the track in a pair of striking blue high heels. What he would do, that's what he did. He went backwards in high heels.
Yeah, you need
What would
to.
you expect the footage to show?
You need to be facing backwards. You want to start facing backwards.
Christian, 36, spent 2 years mastering his technique of balance and
Is that all he did? He must have done something else in those 2 years.
If you train hard and believe in yourself,
you
can achieve many things.
Is he doing a high performance show? Is he?
Yeah, he's on with what's his name, Jake Humphrey.
Keeps telling me I've only got 4,000 weeks to live. It keeps telling me this. It keeps coming up on my algorithm. He says you've got 4,000 weeks to live, and it appears that 1,000 of those weeks I have to spend listening to Jake telling me I've got 4,000.
How many years is 4,000 weeks? Because I'll take that. It sounds like quite a long time.
I don't know. I think you've got a few. You've got a few weeks left, Daddy. Don't you worry.
Oh, thanks very much.
There you go. Anyway, it's motivational, apparently. I mean, it's kind of true. We are all, I hate to let you all know, gonna die one day, so you might as well make the most of it. I think that's the message.
Want some more posh people news?
Want some posh people news, of course.
Honestly, the Earl of Mornington, Arthur Wellesley.
The Earl of, what's he called? Arthur Wellesley.
Arthur Wellesley.
Okay.
Wellesley. Is it
Arthur Elton Wellesby?
And his wife, far left.
Okay, far
over there.
Okay,
she's in the studio.
Far left, Wellesley. Far left. Okay.
Are so private. The birth of their child slipped under the radar.
Did it? I'm sure she noticed.
I can
Does that happen to posh people? You can be so posh you don't even notice childbirth.
Exactly.
Is that it? Okay.
I can reveal that Hayley Whitehead, 38, the Canadian financier, I don't know, French there, who previously worked at who previously worked at her 47-year-old husband's investment firm, Oakley Capital.
Right.
Welcomed Arlo Wolf in 2020. Honestly, I just feel that all these people reading this in the Mail on Sunday, do they care about this? I don't get it.
Welcome and belated welcome, if it's 2022. From everyone at talkSPORT, belated welcome to Arlo Wolf.
Very much.
Yeah, we wish you all the best. You can't discriminate against the posh listeners, Andy.
No.
Everyone's allowed to listen to this.
No, we need the posh listeners.
We need the posh ones. They're the ones that go to Tool Station. Next stop, Tool Station.
Simon, it's reported Frank Warren of Queensberry is engaged in a legal battle with the company's seller and TKO, headed up by Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. They are fronting Zuffa Boxing. What's all this about? Mr. Warren's company, Queensberry, is claiming that seller and TKO breached contracts they'd signed with them and went behind his back to form a venture, Zuffa, that aims to dominate boxing. The Telegraph understands this morning that Queensberry will seek up to $1 billion compensation for income the company claims it would have made had the contracts been honoured. Frank suing Turki and Al Sheikh and Dana White. Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. It seems it's all getting a bit nasty, isn't it? And those who were once friends are very much no longer friends.
Well, I mean, they fling writs around like confetti in this space at times, don't they? But I mean, it's kind of in this territory of where I suggested it might be at some point, which is that the Saudis will have their own lifespan, their own attitude towards the boxing industry, and eventually not have the necessity to deal with the Eddie Hearns and Frank Warrens of the world if their ultimate aim is to conquer demand and diminish the sport that they're in by being the sole force in it. Now, Frank even has a contract with them. First of all, he was the person that opened the door. Let's not forget that prior to this relationship that's now in the world of boxing in terms of Saudis being so influential, in 2023, Frank
Win a trip to Cheltenham, Alan Brazil style on talkSPORT.
You've only got 42 minutes to enter this, so hurry along. VIP treatment at the Cheltenham Festival Gold Cup Day in 2 weeks today, Friday the 13th of March. 4-course lunch, complimentary bar, celebrity tipsters. Meet the talkSPORT broadcasting legends. And here's Andy, mid-yawn, to tell you how to enter.
Yeah, I haven't got the bit.
Oh, there's the bit. There you go. Oh, go on. Okay. What a build-up.
I'm just annoyed because England have lost the wicket. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed today at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a TalkSport promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now.
England have lost a wicket, as Andy mentioned. John Norman.
Phil Salt's gone early again. He went first ball in the last game against Pakistan. He's managed to last a couple more than that, but he's just gone. Matt Henry has been in brilliant form for New Zealand. He just nipped him out. The ball, as it did earlier with Jofra Archer with the new ball, zipping around. England have lost an early one. 2 for 1 in the first over, chasing 160.
Time now to go across the pond, find out what's happening in the States. Todd Macklin joins us as always. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Max.
Nice to chat to you, as always. What's the news on Travis Kelce, Todd?
We still wait, Max. Listen, for Travis Kelce, it's not like he's got to figure out what his post-playing career is going to be. His future wife is a multi-billionaire. And B, listen, he's got the podcast, which is making millions, and he'll get hired as a pundit, and he'll basically get to go wherever he wants to go. So it's just for Travis, is just, does he want to go through it for another year? And we still wait, but listen, he's not going to wait too long. He knows the kind of deadlines in the NFL and when he needs to let the Chiefs know. And so when he figures it out, he'll let the Chiefs know, and he's going to give them enough time to figure out a plan B.
Also, you've got to think about the rest of his life. It's a dangerous sport. He's achieved everything he can achieve. I suppose they always think one more year. Anyway, let's move on to Lionel Messi. This sounds a bit nasty. What happened here, Todd?
Yeah, his club team, Miami, was playing, I think, in Puerto Rico. And as happens a lot with Messi, we see it with Messi, we see it with Cristiano Ronaldo as well, where fans get on the pitch. And so a fan went up to him and kind of was trying to hug him. And at the same time, the security guy was trying to get the guy off Messi, and all of them tumbled to the ground. Now, listen, it looks like everything is okay with Messi, no serious injury, but it just makes you think that is the next time the one that it becomes frightening, right? Because it all seems to be, hey, good-natured. It's just these people that are so in awe of Messi or Ronaldo or whatever, and they don't have any ill will in their intentions. But man, you go back to Monica Seles and you just worry that, is there one that something bad happens? And it just feels like every time there's a Messi game, you just need to get way, way too much security to make sure nothing happens.
Sure.
I'd have a life ban for this bloke for every game, anywhere, ever. I just can't stand people who run on the pitch. It's just so pathetic, so selfish. Everybody else has to sit in the stand. Why are you special that you've got to run on and do that?
Okay. A ban for a bit, learn your lesson, rehabilitation, all those things. Okay, fine.
Forever.
That's good for you. Put everyone in prison forever. There's obviously so much, Todd, happening off the pitch regards the World Cup and Stadia and what's happening in the US and what's happening in Mexico. It will be fascinating to see what transpires over the next few months. What's happening in Foxborough?
Yeah, so Foxborough is where the Patriots play. It's a suburb just outside of Boston. I think they've got 7 World Cup games on their schedule, including a quarterfinal game. And what they're saying is it's going to cost us about $8 million, right, to get local security, to get all the infrastructure in place to host these games. And they're saying, hey, we can't kind of put in our invoice and then you're going to pay us the $8 million later. And they don't want, local citizens to be on the hook for that $8 million or so.
Sure.
So they're basically saying, listen, we can't wait. We need the money now. I think March 17th is the deadline they gave kind of the World Cup committee, the U.S. government. I think it's going to get done. I think in kind of a $1 billion event, you can find $8 million to make sure security is there. As we just finished talking about security at a single match. So it's just Foxborough saying, hey, we need the money now, and so we can get the security set. And if we don't, then there's going to be an issue with us hosting these games.
Tell us about LeBron James and his Jaylen Brown beef.
Yeah, so Jaylen Brown, star player for the Boston Celtics. He's an LA native. And I guess a couple of years ago, during Summer League, the year that Bronny James was drafted by the Lakers, Jaylen Brown sitting, I think, with a couple WNBA players, and he said what I think a lot of people have said in that, hey, Bronny James is not good enough to be an NBA player. The only reason he's there is because his dad's on the team and his dad's LeBron James. And just someone asked LeBron about it because the Celtics and Lakers just recently played in LA, and LeBron, they just said, how are things between you and Jaylen Brown? And he said, listen, we're professional. Like, he said that crap about my kid. So they're never going to be friends. Like, LeBron is not going to take that insult about his son, and him and Jaylen Brown are going to be the best of friends. So there will always be tension between them. No doubt about it.
There is one more bit. Let me turn my piece of paper over. Do excuse our complete lack of...
It's about an overpriced jersey.
Yeah, talk to us about this overpriced baseball jersey.
Yeah, well, we've got the World Baseball Classic coming up. Great Britain is a part of it. Canada is a part of it. Great Britain, tough group. They're in with both the USA and they're in with Mexico. Two really, really good teams. So going to be tough on Great Britain. But people wanting to get, how it works. There's a big event. You have a chance to buy merchandise for that event. And I guess Fanatics is the company that's they're creating the World Cup jerseys that people can buy. Well, I guess there's two problems. One is if you want to buy a jersey, I think a USA jersey or any of the World Cup jerseys, it's over $400, which is a lot of money for a jersey.
Yeah.
And number two is I don't think with shipping, I don't think they can get the jersey to you until April. And the problem is that the World Cup or the World Baseball Classic ends in the middle of March. So, hey, if you're okay with those two big strikes, as I call them, then I guess you'd pay anything for a jersey.
Sure, you could save that money and you could buy like a 1/10 of a ticket for the World Cup final as well. Could you? Hey, cheers, Todd. Always good to chat.
See you, boys.
Todd Macklin there, out in the States. Let's go to...
I don't know what they're going to do with Josh Butler. I don't think the bloke's ever going to go run again, is he? What on earth has happened to him? And what a terrible shot it was as well. Absolutely pathetic.
It is a dry spell, John Norman.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Oh,
I mean, there's banging it into the pitch and there's banging it into the pitch. And Lockie Ferguson at the moment is doing exactly that. He's got rid of Josh Butler with a ball that, Butler always had this kind of like perceived weakness. It's another ridiculous delivery from Ferguson. He's going to get 4 as Bethel has somehow managed to French cut past his own stumps. He's smiling. Butler not, though. Outside edge, genuine outside edge. And he's all over the crease. It's quite horrible to watch. His innings in this tournament today have just made for pretty uncomfortable viewing if you're a Josh Butler or an England fan. This delivery from Ferguson, who's trying to extract as much pace and bounce out of this track and movement. Butler could have left it all day long. In the end, it's sailing over 5th stump, essentially, and Butler's on the move, on his toes, pushing at a ball that's only ever going to get him a single. And the outside edge is the ball's taken the outside edge, and Seifert behind the stumps can't believe his luck. So that's 2 quick wickets with Phil Salt also going early. Both openers gone. Bethel could have just been dismissed. Harry Brook could have been out. Matt Henry this time, coming so close to leg stump, and Brook doing what he does, moving away from the crease and coming down the track. He could have been caught behind, he could have outside edged it onto his stumps. Of all could have just smashed leg stump. It didn't, it missed. So it is all going off out there. 9 for 2 England, chasing 160.
I'm sure Butler will be fine when the IPL starts. Thanks.
Well, just remember, on Tuesday, you were like, this is pathetic. And we all went home, and then Harry Brook got a century and we won. So you never know.
You never know.
It's good to have faith, Andy.
Doesn't matter, actually.
Just channel your inner optimist, and you can get there. Clips of the Week special is a commentator.
I don't like New Zealand.
You don't like New Zealand? What's wrong with New Zealand? How can you not like New Zealand?
Oh, they're so irritating.
What's irritating about New Zealand?
Irritating.
Are they?
Yeah.
It's like they were the most gracious losers when they were so unlucky in the World Cup final.
Good.
Like the most gracious.
I'm glad. It's what they deserved.
Do you think you're kind?
No.
Okay. Let's do a Clips of the Week special next.
Been chatting in the office earlier, we're discussing Arsenal, how they've embraced the dark arts under Arteta, time wasting, being annoying to play against, bit of housery. We wanted to know whether you're a fan of the way Arsenal go about their business. Here's Cundy's take on Arsenal's housery and dark arts from last season.
And also, who are Arsenal? And what have they done in the last 20 years? Seriously? How can they be taking that battle there? Quieten yourselves down. You're a good side, really good team, and showed that the weekend. You're probably going to be second again.
Yeah.
When you win something, then you can shout from the houses. Then you can start doing all this housery. Then it's built on nothing other than, it comes from Arteta. He loves to promote, and it's fine. Arsenal fans would love it, and I totally get it. I watched Chelsea under Jose, right? Jose won things. Jose won Premier League. Back-to-back Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
He was there. You earn the right.
Yeah.
You earn the right. And right now, Arsenal haven't earned the right to be doing that sort of housery.
What's your take on that, Jace? Because I know you've got a different opinion now.
Well, Arsenal...
Man City have drawn Real Madrid in the Champions League last 16. Chelsea play holders PSG. Spurs and Arsenal could face each other in the semi-finals. The Gunners play Bayer Leverkusen while Spurs have to get past Atletico Madrid. Liverpool have Galatasaray and Newcastle take on Barcelona. Eddie Howe's side lost 2-1 at the Nou Camp in September, but Gabby Agbonlahor reckons they've got a real chance against last year's semi-finalists.
Do you know what Newcastle need to do? What they've been doing recently with Gordon, with Barnes, with Alanga, with Willock, with Ramsey. Quick players, runners in behind, because there's one team that you want to have quick players against is Barcelona, and they will get so many chances.
In the Europa League, Aston Villa take on Lille, while Nottingham Forest face Midtjylland in the last 16. Now, is Gareth Southgate gearing up for a new job? The former England boss says he'd have been a better appointment than a few recent Big Six managers.
Do I think I could have done the job that some people who've been in those clubs recently have done? But could I do better? I think I could.
talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook says forget Manchester United. Southgate's better suited to Crystal Palace.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
Liverpool are the Premier League's top spenders on wage. They paid out £428 million last season, but also returned to making a profit after winning the title. Ahead of West Ham's trip to Anfield tomorrow, Jeremy Frimpong is back available for Liverpool, but Arne Slot does not know when Florian Wirtz will be fit again. More on the website at talksport.com.
Clips of the Week on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Our friendly colleagues are right behind you at over 580 stations. Next stop, Toolstation.
talkSPORT Clips of the Week. Yeah, time now for Clips of the Week, thanks to Toolstation. Do you want to kick off, Andy?
No, because I don't agree with the first one. So
it's just a joke. Alex Crooks found the perfect way to get through 3 hours of Andy Goldstein.
Listen, Crookie, always a pleasure. You'll be in our studio tomorrow. What will you be doing? Popping in every 15 minutes or so, keeping us up to date?
I think that's the plan. Have you got the bong ready?
Yeah, there we are. It's just a joke. On from 4. It's brilliant with Darren Bent.
Yeah. Here's Stuart Pierce putting a price on a very difficult question.
And sooner or later, England aren't going to get away with it and they're not going to win. So how does it change from here?
Well, that is the $24 question.
Yeah, that's $63,976 short.
It's time now for Tongue Twisters with John Norman.
A bowler that Goffey admired when we were in Sri Lanka. Injury cruelly ruling him out of a World Cup.
Cruelly ruling him out. Cruelly ruling him out. Cruelly ruling him out. Cruelly ruling him out.
Too much information from Alex Crook here.
You've noticed something about a player about whom there's a doubt this afternoon.
Yeah, I think Nuno Espirito Santo alluded to it in his press conference that potentially Ola Reina could be fit to play some part this afternoon. I got wind this morning.
Why did Nuno bring that up at his press conference is what I want to know.
Well, he didn't like it.
And now Sam Matterface thinks that Andy Jacobs is just such a fun guy.
Oh, yes.
You are listening to talkSPORT. Sam Matterface, Danny Murphy and Alex Crook after us from 1 o'clock. Hawksby and Japers.
Yeah, Hawksby and Japers.
I love Hawksby and Japers.
He's so wacky, that guy. He's zany madcap, Andy Jacobs.
Puberty can hit us at different times, and Sam Matterface was 47 years old when his voice broke.
It's cleared off the line, is it? No, it went over the line. It's a goal for Fernandes and a third goal.
Oh, yes.
Adrian Durham here launching the text topic, your bogies footballers.
Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Well, since he's been at Forest, that's all Callum Hudson-Odoi has done. Cut inside from the left and curl it into the corner. Does Arnott not know this?
It's not Omar Bogey. I haven't got any more at the moment. 8-10-89. Come on, then.
And they're playing in Qatar.
Okay.
See? Yeah, here you go.
Nice.
Let's hear some poetry now from Adrian Durham. What do you mean, Qatar?
They want to savour every last drop of this occasion. And the Eintracht Frankfurt fans playing their part, all white to our right. It looks quite the sight.
Yes, and it was all... No, I won't go there.
I still don't get Qatar. I still don't get it.
Well, it's where they played the World Cup, but it's also something when your nose is congested, you get Qatar.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, you've never heard of that? You've never heard of that?
I've never heard of it, so that's why I didn't get the joke.
Qatar.
That's right. Don't use it for the spread. Here is Stuart Pierce proving that if you
Mucus Radaby.
Oh, really nice. That's good. Here's Stuart Pierce proving that if you can't pronounce a name, just back yourself by saying it's correct.
Liverpool lining up with Salah down the middle. We thought he might play on his accustomed right-hand side, but it's Slavoslav. I think that's the pronunciation, isn't it?
It is, yeah, Slavoslav. Dominic Slavoslav had a great season.
I don't think it is, really. But anyway, it's hard to know the biggest derby in football. Is it the Old Firm, the Manchester, the North London, or what do you think, Mickey Gray?
I hope that they're going to try and do that against Middlesbrough this evening because, you know, it's a derby. Let's not forget about that, the Tears We derby.
Yes. Say both liquids, aren't they?
They are.
The Tears We derby. Who are you supporting in that? It's a good question, isn't it? Marco Boogers says Sandeep. Really good. Now, Jim Proudfoot is really looking forward to Crufts.
And Dallow was there with the aid of McTominay to get it away, but McTominay's given it away. Rough.
He's not giving it his all. Tony, your bogey, says Brian. Robert Greeny, says Ben.
Oh, for goodness
Okay. Flem Botman, says Neil. Okay, good stuff.
Time once again for Scott Minto making up sayings.
You've got a sausage in between a bit of bread.
Yeah.
That's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
What about a hamburger or a beef burger? Is that a
That's
sandwich?
what I was thinking.
So do you know what, though? Now Jace has thrown the straw into the bunch of straws.
You don't want to do that, do you?
Yeah, you do.
No, exactly. Because what we've got there?
Great
still
conversation that was, wasn't it?
I mean, the thing is, I don't think we can criticise that kind of conversation. I think other shows good.
I feel, you know, we concentrate on sport for 3 hours.
You put a sausage in it.
Like
do you know what, on this show they do say, basically one of the taglines is, you can listen to this show if you don't really like sport. That's what
this
it says.
show?
Yeah, there's the tagline that comes out. It won't ruin your appetite for sport, this show.
Really?
As in, we won't give you enough sport. Now, the one thing you can say about Jeff Peters is that he never gives up.
Sidibe back in the starting lineup for Stoke. The changes for the visitors: Hibbert, Billiet, you know him.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. And Adrian Durham, he loves football so much, sometimes it makes him physically sick.
Here on talkSPORT Live at the Emirates, it's Arsenal against Monaco. Winner goes into the all-important top 8.
Oh, dear.
He just loves it. He loves the game. Now, I thought there would be more uproar when this guy entered the PDC.
Well played. Under pressure in that leg, but he's got the job done. He's 2 legs to 1 up Hitler.
Really? They just let him through?
Luke Hitler.
There's the first fit and proper person's
I felt
test.
Luke Littler's parents should have called him Adolf, but they didn't.
So,
It would have
anyway,
been funny.
the marvellous Ian Danter there, of course.
Yes, and I was absolutely desperate to get CoCom's David Connolly's thoughts on the Liverpool-Brighton game.
The referee blows for time and Liverpool have their win, but only just. David Connolly very, very quickly. In fact, we've got no time. Thanks for your presence today.
He didn't say anything all game. He kept saying, David Connolly, back to you. I know we'll come back to you in just a second. Finally, who wants to hear from Jim Lionel Richie Proudfoot?
Back it comes in from Bruno Guimaraes. Genepo letting it bounce once, twice, 3 times.
Of course it is.
Flem Göran Eriksson, says Chris.
I love Lionel Richie Benner.
You like Lionel Richie Benner? He's your favourite. Mucus Podolski, Robert Snodgrass. Robert Snodgrass. There's literally the whole text board. What do Drive think when they turn up and it just 25 people have texted Robert Snodgrass? Anyway, I enjoyed those tremendously. That was Clips of the Week, thanks to Toolstation.
Yes, thank you.
Clips of the Week on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Our friendly colleagues are right behind you at over 580 stations. Next stop, Toolstation.
Betty just brought in a packet of disco salt and vinegar, which I smashed down in that ad break. We've talked about Chris before. We won't go there necessarily. Unbelievable packet of Chris.
I think they could be their top 3 for definite. They could be Mount Rushmore, them.
Oh yeah, 100% Mount Rushmore. Yeah. The problem with that, and like all things now, I was going to say Chris, but all like Twix, Snickers, crisps, everything's smaller now.
No, but usually there's I grabbed these but usually there's a bigger bag than this.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What does it say? What's that? It's 55. Oh, 55p for that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I don't think that was that bad. But it says underneath RRP.
Yeah.
What's that?
Retail price.
Okay, 55p.
Yeah. What do you think it was like? They're going to die. Rest in peace.
Nah. There's a couple of items in the shop that I bought it from.
Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously not going to name where the shop is.
Yeah.
It says like, it says on the can, not for single sale.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you sending single Cokes in?
Were they doing that?
Yeah, I never tell you it is.
You can't do that.
I'd never ever say where it's from, but that I don't mind
An
that.
actual shop?
Yes.
Around here?
Not for. Oh, I'm telling you, not for individuals.
So you can tell me where is it? Is it downstairs or across the road?
No, it's not around here.
So it is.
It's the shop I go to. How can you sell them?
Oh.
Not for individual sale.
You know what that means, right?
What?
You know why it says it on that?
Yeah, because it's in a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's opening a
Cool,
pack.
so I knew that. I ain't got a problem with that.
No, I ain't got a problem with that at all. Yeah.
We all got to earn a living, right?
We've all got.
Charlie Baker's come to your defence here.
Yes.
Not hearing of Qatar is entirely on Max. It was a good joke, Andy.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
Mike, the Man City fan, says, how can a grown man not have heard of Qatar, sorry. You have a
Qatar.
He says, you have a degree from Oxford FFS. I didn't do a...
Is that the name of the college you went to, Oxford FFS?
Yeah, it was one down the road. It was the budget one. I didn't do an undergraduate degree in mucus, did I?
No, not really.
Mathieu Flemgrini, Bruce Gobelard. Do you like these? Someone's just said Ronnie Pickering. I don't know what relevance that is, but I could watch that video every day of the week. It is the greatest bit of the internet. Spray Flements. Oh, come on, Ian. This is getting...
Don't read them all.
I haven't read them all. Don't yell at me. All right, Dad. All right, Dad. Are we there yet?
That last one wasn't worth doing.
Are we there yet?
Good to have standards.
I want to go out and play with my friends, and I don't want to hang out with you anymore. You're not my father. Anyway,
Luke.
let's do the press conferences.
Yeah.
Ahead of Newcastle's game with Everton tomorrow, manager Eddie Howe addressed whether transfer speculation linking Anthony Gordon to Arsenal is a concern.
Only if he reads it, I suppose. I mean, there's always, in this sort of age that we're at, there's always rumour and speculation, and I don't see probably 90% of it. I'm sure the players probably see more than I do. But I think it comes with the territory of being a top player and playing at this level, that there's going to be speculation. I think you've just got to put it out of your brain, and you've got to focus on the football, because as we know with our schedule, there's so many games, there's no time for distractions. We have to be fully focused on each match.
I love the way it works. Put up non-story as a flyer and then ask the manager about it. It's tremendous.
Eddie Howe is like vintage football manager. You could basically, and he's done a brilliant job, but you could AI his answers, I think.
Yes.
And that's, you just bat them off, don't you? I'm not saying this section is just managers batting off pointless questions, but it might well be. What's he going to say? Yeah, it's a massive concern. We'll probably sell him next week.
Exactly.
That's it.
And Igor Tudor.
Oh, yes, come on, Igor.
And his team.
What's he going to say?
They're preparing to face Fulham at Craven Cottage. And he gave his thoughts on managing Tottenham Hotspur.
Can't play it. It's probably too offensive.
Yeah, very tough, but this is what I said before. I don't change my opinion. It is how is it. So daily work, focus, raise in all things we need to do. Physical condition, mental confidence, performance, and waiting the players to come back. So we need to be focused on us, what we can do, less thinking about others. That's always good.
You don't want to be talking about waiting for the players to come back. It gives them an excuse, the ones you have got.
No, well, you can't delay the kickoff, can you? You can't wait.
No.
The game will take place at 2 on Sunday. Fulham will be there.
I know.
And they're better than Tottenham.
Injuries are frustrating. I was telling you, Esteval's out against Arsenal. It's really...
You're out.
Esteval.
Oh, I thought you said
I'm not out.
I'm out.
I might be out after about 5 minutes of the game.
No Andy Jacobs. Who will they play down the right? No Esteval. Yeah, that's the bloke. Look, I mean, what's Igor Tudor said there? Yeah, said it's hard, and we're not quite fit enough, not quite good enough. Well, yeah, we aren't.
Well, that's probably
I'm worried
true.
about it. I'm worried about it.
Nah, I think
they'll be absolutely terrible in the Championship. I think they'd come 11th in the Championship.
They're not going to go in the Championship. Anyway, with the Palace game on Sunday approaching, Michael Carrick made it clear that he wants Manchester United to qualify.
Of course he does. Does he really?
I'm glad he made it clear. I thought he wasn't bothered at all.
Let's have a listen.
I don't think we can assume and just take things for granted just because the past is the past. That takes care of what should happen here and now or next season. I think it's you've got to kind of earn that. You've got to show you're good enough, and I think that's why when you have time of success or you achieve success, it's warranted, and to show how tough it actually is to get it. So, to be honest, at the moment, it's a really laser focused on kind of what's ahead for us.
They were lucky on Monday night when you think about it in that game. But there you go.
Once again, he's laser focused on what's ahead for us. Much better if he says, I'm sort of half looking at us, half thinking about a few other things. Mind on what I'm going to do next season if they don't give me the job. I will say about Carrick, not only has he done a brilliant job,
yes,
he's ageing incredibly well.
They've got very good players. They've had very good players for a long time, United. They've been drastically underperformed.
They have.
So it's not a surprise if they finish in the top four.
I was just saying he is aging well. He's like a dish.
Well,
don't you think?
Well, I didn't know you felt that way.
You don't think so? I think.
Well, no, he's very
Quite
nice.
a dapper chap, isn't he? Ahead of Manchester City's challenging trip to Elland Road, what's Pep said? Oh, they are so good. So good. Every opposition. His attention was drawn to questions about if he had any tips for Mikel Arteta in his bid to win the league.
Real Madrid, again, you've played them so often in the last 5 seasons, but does that experience help going to this game?
Yeah, for our club, as much you play against the best teams in all history in this competition, you learn and improve, and you are better in the future.
That isn't the clip that we threw ahead to.
No.
Oh, was that a funny clip? Was it a sort of Gary Cottrell? Did you give Mikel any tips on winning the league? And Baby, you're so funny. Maybe you.
He basically would have said, no, I didn't. Anyway, title favourites Arsenal.
Guess what they said. Is that what we're going to do?
That's the idea.
Do you know what, Andy? We're going through these a little bit too fast. And then I hope you've got some bits for the last 2 minutes of the show.
I can take it slow.
Okay, take it slow. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Jacobs takes Mikel Arteta's press conference intro. He takes it slow. Oh, what's the slowest you could deliver this without feeling self-conscious?
Oh, look at them celebrating. They're pathetic.
What? So Andy's watching the cricket, by the way, if you weren't sure.
Well, he wanted me to take slow.
Well, that's
Honestly.
okay. We could go to John.
So what? You got Harry Brook out, mate. You haven't won the
He's
World
allowed
Cup.
to celebrate. What are you, the celebration police? How can you ever go to New Zealand?
Pathetic.
That'd be ridiculous.
No.
This is ridiculous. Andy, you're being, I hate to say, I know it's Friday. I know you're a bit tired. Being ridiculous.
I'm not.
You're being ridiculous.
Anyway.
How slowly can you introduce this Mikel Arteta?
Well, I thought I'd give a bit of a
No, I want you to
diversion.
read this slowly.
Title favourites Arsenal.
Yes.
Are set to face Chelsea.
Slow down.
In a derby this weekend.
A bit slower.
Mikel Arteta gave his thoughts earlier on the crucial fixture.
That doesn't change the preparation. We know the importance of the game. We know the team that we're going to have in front of us, and we just have to prepare in the best way to earn the right to win it. As I always said, there is nothing else that you can do. What we've done 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago, it's irrelevant, because every game and every context is different, because the players might change, the mood of the teams can be in a different state, or what is at stake is different, and we are prepared.
Andy says, Ollie Gunner throat clear. And Josh says, Steed mal bronchitis.
That's very good.
That is good.
Yeah,
let's go back to John Norman then. John, Andy furious that New Zealand had the temerity to celebrate getting a wicket.
I know. And the big wicket as well. Harry Brook picking out the field at long off. This might make Andy feel better, though. If New Zealand win this game, they will finish top of the group, meaning England will finish second. Both will go through to the semi-finals. And the chances are that would mean that instead of playing India in the semi-finals, England would have to play South Africa. I don't know which. I guess I'd rather.
South Africa are great. Both those
Who
teams.
would you rather play, India or South Africa in the semi-final?
Neither,
Andy?
because both those teams are miles better than England and
Well,
New
then
Zealand.
it doesn't matter then, eh? Let's just have this game and just pack up and both go home.
That's the idea.
Let's do that.
Okay. See you,
Brooks gone
everybody.
anyway.
Okay. He's gone. You've gone. We've all gone. Thanks, John. Okay, so he didn't give the score there because we told him to go away. But Tom Banton's in. He hasn't done a huge amount yet, has he, Banton?
No.
No, but, his time may come.
It was a poor shot from Brook, wasn't it? He's picked him out.
He hit it quite a long way, just not quite far enough. That's the nature of the game.
Look at him. He thinks he's won the World Cup. I haven't seen anything like it. Anyway, Chelsea.
Hang on. Well, this is my one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Chelsea.
Yes, what about them?
Face European giants, Paris Saint-Germain.
Known as PSG.
Well, they're the same thing.
Well, I know, but I thought I'd spin it out a bit longer.
Okay, thanks so much. In the Champions League round.
The UEFA Champions
Correct, the UEFA round of the UEFA Champions League round of 16. Manager Liam Rossini shared...
You know his middle name? We'll spin it out a bit more.
Do you know his middle name is Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink? Did you know that? So we can really take our time on that.
It was.
Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. Liam Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. Rossini.
He wouldn't have celebrated like that.
Oh, Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. If we'd got Harry Brook out, I think he probably would have done. He would have been slightly surprised. Liam Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink shared his team's mindset going into the fixture.
So excited. PSG are a fantastic team. Obviously, I have experience of playing against them in France. They're a team that I've always admired. I think Lewis done an incredible job there. These are the games you live for. These are the games that you come into football for, and it's going to be a great tie between two fantastic teams. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. But we've got another 3 games before that I need to focus on.
Do you know the
Very
games?
true.
Do you know the games that I live for, Andy?
Cambridge, I would imagine.
Time difference.
Right.
Guess the attendance.
Oh yes.
The footballer game.
Marvellous.
The birthday spread.
Oh yes.
What
else?
Ian Culverhouse back in the day.
Whatever happened? Why did you drop that?
Because we like to shake things up on that show.
I never understood it.
No, neither did many footballers.
Nobody understood.
No. But the
I
rules,
tried to play
the
it
rules
once.
are on the website.
I think I said Dale Winton.
You said Dale Winton. You brought the game to disrepute, and you got a life ban.
I did.
I said pathetic. That's pathetic. Not in the spirit of the game. Go away. I said I'd never want to work with you again.
Just like that celebration.
That's okay. Anyway, Andy, God, we rattled through those press conferences, didn't we? Thanks very much. Lovely to see you.
Yes, lovely. Thank you very much.
I'll
Good
see
fun.
you again in a few months.
Time.
Yeah, I know. I don't think you need time. If you want to start finishing my sentence for me, you have a go. I'll tell you what. Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent are coming up next with
Drive.
Very well done.
I really don't understand why a manager has to have previous experience in the environment that he's going into. You all appeal for the best in class. How did that work at Manchester United with Van Gaal, Mourinho and Rangnick, says Paul. Morning, guys.
Well, 2 of them won trophies.
Southgate could only handle the British players. Foreign players wouldn't have the same respect for him. They wouldn't be enticed to play for Manchester United. He wouldn't have the pulling power. He'll be a failure to be at Manchester United. Abby is a Manchester United fan in Glasgow. Matthew says, a great show again. For me, Southgate is the next Crystal Palace manager, potentially European football again next year, has potential to do similar to what Emery has done at Villa and take them into top 4 contention. Supportive chairman and his former club, says Matt in Glasgow.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
He's had a good old freak out.
Count to 10 addicts.
Yeah. He's not a happy boy there. Because you asked him.
No, I'm not a happy boy because you didn't want to have the same debate we've had over and over again. And then you had